Gotta open the can.
I'll open it for the...
You don't have to drink it. You just gotta open it. Ready? Hey!
Good one. Good snap.
And we're off. That was a good one. Very powerful. Had a lot of thump to it.
Yeah.
I'll go in, I'll EQ it, and I'll just raise the bass on that just all the way up so it's like an 808.
Yeah, super loud. Boom. Just rings out for a minute.
So what's up, dude?
Chilling, man.
So are you sick? You had to go to the doctor?
No, I have really bad anxiety.
Oh, fuck.
I thought it was like normal, the amount of anxiety that I had, because it was just like general kind of 24/7. Went to Georgia recently, got halfway there, stopped at a Whataburger because why not? And it got to where like I couldn't drive. Like I had to lay down, and we were only halfway there. So my wife finished the drive, got there. There was a whole weekend planned, and I spent the whole weekend in a hotel room because almost anytime I tried to do something, I felt like I was going to like fall over. Almost went to the hospital in Georgia, but made it back, made a doctor's appointment. Told him what was going on, and yeah, fucking anxiety, like bad. I got on Prozac, which is cool. It was one Prozac a day, so I was really relating to Bowling for Soup for a little bit, but it just got increased to like 2, so now I gotta find a new reference. But yeah, no, so that's why I was at the doctor.
Oh, damn.
Dude, if you feel like you have any sort of like issues at all, take care of that shit, man. Because I was like the king of not taking care of myself, trying to take care of like other people all the time. And one of my good buddies, Dalton, was like, bro, fucking take care of yourself. Like, you have to do that. And I was like, you know what? I should do that.
It's a hard lesson to learn, man.
It really is.
Yeah. I'm getting there. Like, I just broke 2 teeth in the same month. Never had a dental issue. Now dude. 2 of them have broken. I've always been on the understanding that I'm just going to die from some completely avoidable shit.
Me too.
Yeah.
Nope.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. What is it like though? Like, is it like you think you're just going to die or screw something up? Or
man, okay, so
'cause I don't really understand.
I didn't know what debilitating, like crippling anxiety was until like this started happening. I thought it was something else because I worked
new.
Yeah, I worked for a cardiologist for like 7 years.
Okay,
back when I like first became an adult. So my dumbass was like trying to fucking diagnose myself. So I thought it was something completely different because anxiety can disguise itself as like cardiac issues sometimes.
No shit.
Yeah, you'll think you're having like a heart attack or some shit.
You're just having a fucking anxiety attack.
Yeah,
kind of like like when you get like, eat something bad, you think you're having a heart attack.
Kind of, almost like gas a little bit. Yeah. So what I generally was feeling with it. And I still deal with it a little bit because I've only been on medication for a month. That stuff takes a while to build up in your system.
It does.
But like we were driving and there were times that I just felt like I needed to get a little bit of air, like almost lightheaded, dizzy. If I massaged my legs while I was driving, for some reason it helps. I don't know. There was like weird stuff that I was doing to like stimulate myself because I'm also ADHD as fuck. I'm just completely neurodivergent. My brain does not work correctly.
Sure.
So like I don't know. I thought I was having gas actually because like I had been having like bad gas at work one day. I was like, yo, I can't work anymore.
Just farting up a storm?
No, it was like nothing was happening. I kept feeling like I had to like run to the bathroom, and I was like, bro, nothing's happening. Why do I feel like this? And then later that night, biggest burp I had ever had in my life, and I was like, oh shit, I feel better. And then I just like kept burping and stuff, and I was like, wow, I just got taken out by fucking gas. Dude. I'm getting old. I know we're all getting old. Holy shit. Yeah. That was my first sign of, bro, what the fuck is wrong? Yeah. But yeah, so like, I took a gas medicine while we were at Whataburger because I ordered food, and our waitress told her manager, not waitress, whoever the person taking the order, told her manager like right in front of us, like, hey, I need to go home. I have a fever. And I've had COVID 3 times.
Oh, shit. So you automatically just started spiraling.
Yeah. And I didn't really connect it when it happened, but I was like, ooh, I don't really feel that great. I'm going to go outside, get some fresh air, sit down in the car for a second.
So your brain just took that and went, fucking you're going to get COVID now.
Yeah.
Just because.
Crazy. And like the flu's been going around like a lot. Like I had to miss.
A motherfucker.
Yeah. So like, I've had to miss a lot of work just last year. And a lot of time with like my kids. I have 3 kids that I didn't get to see like during a lot of shit because initially everybody took COVID pretty seriously.
Right.
Anytime I've gotten sick, I've only ever given it to my wife one time, and I've had it 3 times, and I've only spread it once. So like I've quarantined and done everything correctly, but I don't fucking like doing that, man.
Oh yeah, it's terrible.
Yeah, right. So I don't know. We left Whataburger. I told my wife, I was like, hey, you need to drive. And I'd like laid down, kind of just like in and out of sleep. Every time I would like wake up and sit up, I would damn near feel like I was going to pass out, even though I'm sitting down in a car with air blowing on me. Yeah. Woke up.
And that's anxiety?
Yeah, I guess.
Wow.
So I thought.
Yeah, that's an anxiety attack. Like that's why I was like, I don't think I've ever experienced something like that wasn't like actual illness.
Right. I had
like
not
flu.
either. And I knew I dealt with general anxiety all the time because
Sure.
I just fucking had general anxiety. But
I think if you have ADD, you just have, that's kind of like a byproduct. 'Cause
Yeah,
you're thinking
it
about
is.
so much shit and you just want to get
there's
something done.
so much about ADHD that like has been learned in the last, I don't know, I guess it hasn't really been learned, but it's come more to like,
We're starting to pay more attention.
yes, an
Oh.
understanding for the general population
Yeah.
is actually trying to like pay attention
I
to
was talking to my wife about that
brains.
shit like 2 nights ago. I was like, you don't understand that my generation, like in school, we were the guinea pigs.
Yeah.
They started
Oh,
throwing.
man.
It was normal, completely normal to walk down the hallway and there would just be a kid passed out because of medicine they gave
Yep.
him. And that was just, they would just let
Dude.
him sleep in the fucking hallway
Yeah.
of the school, bro.
Before that, it was like they're just a bad kid.
Yes,
Dude.
before that, you just got your ass beat 24/7. I mean, hey.
Yeah, dude.
I mean,
Oh
that
my
literally-
God.
They were like, whoa, you've got whatever the fuck.
Bro.
You know?
I got beat as a child.
Take this pill. Oh, that didn't work. Oh, take
Yeah.
this pill. Take this pill. Like,
That-
I didn't get beat, but I got in trouble a lot, and I definitely got spankings.
Oh,
not like,
man.
but not like beatings.
Bro.
I definitely
That's
got
such
spanked.
a like.
Or snatched up. You know, I got snatched up a lot.
Yeah. I got spanked, but it's like what I got spanked with and the severity of it sometimes was
No,
like
mine
pretty
was
intense.
always like just a hand or.
Oh man,
It wasn't like a.
that'd be tight.
Yeah. I think I got a belt one time. I think it probably made my dad feel like shit, and he was like, "Nah, this is wrong. Can't do that."
So like it did kind of get to that point once. Quick story. I was like 10 years old. My little sister's 8. She's diabetic at the time. So like my mom worked.
time?
Yeah. Well, she still is, but like she had I think she was diagnosed with type 1 diabetes when she was 7. But my mom worked at the paper mill, so like I would basically help get my sister like ready for school, all that. My mom would take us to school most mornings, and then she would go straight to work. But we would get off the bus and be at home by like ourselves for some hours.
Latchkey kids.
Yeah. My grandparents lived next door, but it was just like we would either call them or we would go over there. They never really came over and checked on us because it was literally like a walk.
Different times too, man. Different
Yeah.
times. You could just leave kids
dude,
alone.
Well, that was in the country too.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
my graduating class was like 42 people, so very
Holy shit, yeah,
small
way
ass
small,
town.
damn.
So like I said, I grew up on a farm, dude. I said that earlier. We had horses. Like I rode horses until I was like 15. We had cats, German shepherds that we bred, chickens, guineas,
Oh,
fucking
shit.
peacocks.
Guineas. That's the stupidest ass
Meanest
bird.
motherfucking bird, dude.
Them things suck.
I also hate chickens. Beagles, just like a whole farm, like an arena that we rode our horses in my grandparents' front yard. Basketball goal that was like all fucking grass that my grandpa built for my mom and her sister when they were kids.
Horse arena in your front yard.
Yeah,
Yo.
big one too. It was cool. But my sister wanted some Jello. I was like, all right, cool. Like, yeah, you can have a thing of Jello. She wanted more Jello after that. And I was like, no. So her response to that was to like get a thing of Jello, open it, and start throwing it at me around the house. And my mom's like brand new like trailer. It wasn't a house. Well, I guess house, but
It's a house.
trailer.
Yeah.
Blue ass carpet, and it was red fucking Jello. So it got everywhere, and my
Good purple spots everywhere.
yes, my 10-year-old brain was like, all right, cool. So what we do to fix this is take the couch cushions off the couch and just put them on top of it. They'll never know it's there. That did not work, as you could probably imagine. So my mom comes home. She's like, well, why are there couch cushions? Moves one of them and like starts crying. Runs out the house, and like 5 minutes later, like I was terrified already. I knew exactly where she was going. She was going to get my grandpa because my parents were divorced at this point already. So she was going to get my grandpa. way more scared of him than probably anybody on the face of this earth still to this day.
Absolutely.
Dude, that man is like 80 years old. And he still saddle breaks horses. Like he will get like
Damn.
a fucking
he's that other
2-3 dude, country as shit. Which is where like a lot of my country ass shit comes from. I was like hauling hay with him, like throwing hay bales in the barn at the age of like 8.
That's a different kind of strength too.
Yeah.
Like
driving
the
fence
strength
post,
of a
all that shit.
bodybuilder in a tiny body.
Yeah. Because, dude, I thought I was harder than him when I was 16, and he proved I was not. But, again, I was 10. So
And you never will be. That
no,
man will die
never.
stronger than you. Yeah.
Exactly. But he comes in the house with my mom, and she's still crying. And he had a belt that had his last name, or his first name, which was Jack. I guess burned into it with leather. And I had the word Jack across my ass, like literally a couple times, and it was like black and blue.
Damn,
he
dude.
spanked us, and then every time my mom would like calm down, she would like turn back around and look at the carpet and then just start like crying again. And every time she started crying, he fucked us up too. So I was in the bath, and he
Black
like
and blue's a little extreme,
dude. So I was in the bath. He came back there and was like, hey, so I kind of feel bad. Let me see like the damage, I guess. And I showed him my ass, and he started crying. He was like, yeah, I definitely feel terrible. It was not the last time he beat the shit out of me, but it was never that bad again. The things,
I feel terrible. I'm still gonna.
Dude, he's so old school, and he's just like, he was country as fucks.
He's used to breaking horses.
That's what that's, I guess, how they were raised. And
they got probably punched, actually. Like, it always seems to go down as the generations move on.
For sure.
Like the amount of just physical violence you commit against your children.
Yeah. It quit working with like my mom when I was super young, because I was like,
I was 15. I remember the moment. It was in the hallway, and she went to do it, and I went,
yeah.
And it was some movie shit. I was like, that shit stops today.
I did that with my grandma. My grandma went to slap my sister once, and I caught her hand. I was like, no, we're not doing that. And then she slapped me, and I was like, all right, I'm not going to like stop you from that. But just so you know, that was ineffective. But my mom spanking me, I was like 11 or 12, and I was just like, I would let her do it, obviously, because I wasn't going to disrespect my mom at the time. But I'd just look at her like, really? That's not doing anything. So she started grounding me. Really, none of it did anything, because she raised me to be a fucking shithead. She tried not to, but they did not know what they were doing.
Not to raise me like a shithead.
Like, I want to say that all parents try not to, right?
Of course,
but like,
well, I don't know. Some parents do just fucking straight suck. Like, they just ignore their children.
But
or
we're
whatever,
all winging it.
That's true.
Like 100%.
Bro.
Like,
every person I know that has had a baby, which is most of my friends now, they're all. It's all guesswork. They don't know. They're like, fuck, I'm having a kid. And you're like, fuck, you're having a kid.
Yeah. And it's like, okay, even when you have like a second or third, I have friends that have 4. Like, 5, 6. Dude, it gets easier, but it doesn't. Because like all kids are different, and it's like,
their personality is immediate.
Yeah. But you have like even like my youngest son, middle child.
How many kids do you have?
I have 3.
3, okay.
Yeah, 2 boys and a girl. I have an 11-year-old, a 10-year-old, and a 2.5-year-old.
How old are you?
31.
Okay.
Started young by accident.
Oh, well. The first one always is.
All 3.
Are you the first child in your family?
Yeah.
Okay, so you're probably an accident too.
My mom's first child. I don't know. Probably. Probably.
I was definitely a surprise.
Yeah, all 3 of mine were. First 2 birth control babies. Yes, the first 2 were birth control babies. And my wife now,
sperm.
I swear to God, dude, my wife now was not supposed to be able to have children. Like, not supposed to be able to have children. So I was not worried about it, obviously. So not really trying not to have them. But then I knew. Yes, I have. Yeah. We've talked at the barbershop about doing like a Groupon for like that. I wonder if they have those.
How many? If we come in a group, how many?
Because dude, like at least 5 of us, I think right now would go in and like have it done.
Now that's content. Do it all at the same time on one big long table. Everyone getting their shit snipped.
We've talked about like, man, we should really have cameras. Like, there's a lot of shit that's happened in my life that I've been like, yo, I wish that I had a camera around for this, because the content, even like before that, like that shit was content,
right? Like before we would have thought like this is hysterical or this is something I would love to watch.
Yeah,
it's at the shop.
Dude, hey, that would actually be sick as fuck,
dude.
If you came up with a scenario, like a wild scenario, and played it out,
we wouldn't have to. We don't have to come up with any scenarios. It would just happen organically, I promise. We all love each other.
You just need
but at the
cameras
same
rolling
time,
24/7.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Dude, me and Noodle got hangry at the same time the other day, and we like had a 30-second little like argument, and then it was like, hey, yo, my bad, I'm hangry. But like that little thing would have made for some good TV. Yeah, it would have made for some good TV because there were some words.
Dude, you're not wrong about. We watch shit that we never thought you would watch. Like I get on YouTube's, and they've got the stories now too.
Yeah.
I said YouTube's. God,
the YouTube bar and grill.
Fuck, man. But I got on there, and all my shit is like people working. That's how sad my life has become. I work.
It was like someone
just cooking, and you're like, man,
you will go down a rabbit hole.
There's so many chef ones.
There really are. I just
So
like
many
watching
chef
satisfying things.
Well, the guy that throws the knife in the table, I see his shit a lot. Uncle Ray Charles, what's his name? The Asian guy, what's his name? Uncle
Ooh,
Ray.
I know exactly who you're talking about. Oh, yeah. Uncle something.
Cowboy dude who like cooks everything in cast iron.
Yo, that shit. My God.
I know exactly what you're talking about. I wish Uncle Roger.
Roger. Thank
That
you.
one.
Uncle Roger.
Yeah.
Uncle Roger, help
Dude.
me. And he's like, what are you doing? And the potato chips.
What are you doing?
People make the potato chip, mashed potatoes in the water.
Dude, that shit's funny. Yeah, I like watching funny / like cringy things. I'll send.
But like you said, how the fuck
stuff.
is that something we're watching now?
Yeah,
that
I
used
know.
to just be like campfire stories, man. Oh, you'd never believe what I saw somebody do the other day, man. They took Lay's and turned it into mashed potatoes. What?
It was
crazy.
reality TV.
And now that's 20 million people will see that in a day.
Dude, so many people will talk shit about reality TV, but so many people know so much about reality TV that like everything is almost reality TV now.
That's all it is. Aren't we just living in a simulation of ourselves?
Yep.
That's crazy.
Yep. Dude, perspective is everything. Oh my God.
Everything.
Yeah. I think about
You pull.
these are
If
all
you
the things
just
I think
pull
about.
out. Like
all
I
the
think
time.
about something, and that's what I try to do too, man. I overthink so much. You probably do too. We both have
All the time.
the gene. I'll pull out of a situation and try to look at the broader scope of the thing, and you're like, man, I guess if I was there too, I'd be just as either shitty or good.
Yeah,
or
yeah.
Maybe I'd be better off. This, that. Like, fuck.
That's part of ADHD is like overthinking everything. And also there's like a bright side.
That's all I do.
Neurodivergency is more about like the bright side to like ADD, ADHD, autism. The whole entire like spectrum is like freaking huge. But like looking at it as being neurodivergent is trying to look at like the more positive aspects of it. Because with overthinking also comes like being prepared in like a ton of ways. I could go on for hours
I do know how to
about
fix
this.
a lot of shit.
Dude. I like really just started looking into like learning about how my brain works.
Okay.
Maybe within like the last year. Like I knew I was ADHD as a child because like you were talking about,
I
I got
as a child
tried on so many different medications.
Did they make you do all those tests and shit? Like they pull you in an office?
I don't even remember.
I'm a little
probably.
bit older, but they would take me to like whole different buildings, and I had to do all these special testing, and they would do all this weird shit and ask you all these weird questions, and blah 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 blah, and then eventually, like you get so fed up with it, I quit giving a fuck.
Yeah,
Immediately.
I hate
The
therapy
second-
because of it.
The second. Same.
Yeah.
Like the second I was able to go, I don't want to do this shit. It was like, fuck
That's
you,
what I
I'm
did
done.
too.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
I realized you could say no.
And when I could say no, well, when I got old enough to, and they just couldn't tell me I had to go. Like I was 6 foot tall, 15 years old. Like I was like, I'm done.
Yeah,
You're not gonna force me to do shit any longer.
I want to say
It all kind of changed around 14, 15 when I started working. Yeah.
mine. I was in the 8th grade, so like 13 maybe.
Yeah.
They tried me on. Like they found out that my dad was bipolar. My sister was like that they put her on Strattera and it worked for her. So they were trying me on like a bunch of different medications based on just like my family, which
And just
makes
that
sense. But
fucks
at the
you
same
up.
time, yes, dude, there was one of them. I don't remember exactly what it was. It was pink. It was big, a lot of milligrams. I had to take 2 of them in the morning. And I'm talking, I would get to
It
school
wasn't
high
Pepto.
as fuck,
Yeah.
dude. I didn't even know I was high at the time, but I was like hype as shit.
Did this happen to you? I had if you ever see me going like that, I do that sometimes. I'm fighting
have
a nervous
tics.
tick that
Yeah.
it gave me.
I have tics for
that I
sure.
used to do for years. Half my fucking life I spent doing this weird tick, and I fought against. It's like trying to lose an accent. You know, you're like, I don't want to have this accent, but and now
It's
I'm thinking
stimulating.
about it. It's
Yeah,
making me want to do it.
It's like your
fucking
brain's way
crazy.
of trying to like stimulate yourself.
and it's all from
Yeah.
the meds and shit.
And just ADHD in general.
didn't
ADHD
have
like
that until
having
that shit
ticks and like tapping your foot even
My
is
foot's a
like
huge
is
one.
technically a tick. that like people do to kind of like stimulate themselves. I've noticed lately if I'm having like actual anxiety, I can tap my foot more and it does calm me down.
Oh,
weird.
For sure. Mine's the shake, dude. My leg shakes.
Yeah, I have tics, but that medicine made me like. I eventually like fell asleep in class and was like, "Yo, I don't feel good." They were like, "Cool, go to the nurse." Got to the nurse's like door and threw up all over it. Then I was
Over
like,
the
"Yeah,
nurse?
no, just like all over the door." Which
Okay.
I don't know which is worse because it's like I didn't clean that shit up. Obviously,
I mean, if you threw up on the nurse,
But,
it's more funny.
yeah, they
Thanks for a
had
better
me like
story.
down and out. So then they tried me on a bunch of other ones. Adderall worked for me, but then like I figured out what Adderall like was close to. I guess some crazy drug. I don't remember now, but
It's too much for me.
yeah, it worked really well for me. But then I was like, cool. So I can just like do this myself. I just have to like make myself hyper focus.
I took some time release Adderall in a casino for the first time ever. And I was like, I wanted to, I could not stop fucking just, I gotta do something. I went to the gym. It was
Yeah.
like fucking 2 a.m, dude. I'm like running. I'm like, I gotta get this fucking shit out of my system. I was smoking a cigar. Like, dude, it was insane.
That's
I wanted
fun,
to eat
though.
the fucking thing.
Oh,
it
man.
was too much.
Oh.
I was like, I cannot have this in my body any longer. It was making me crazy.
Yeah.
Like, this is not for me.
The one I took, like my grades went. It actually like worked for me.
It
Like
worked
all
for
my
you.
grades went up. I didn't have like really any
focus.
negative issues.
How does that work as an adult though? Because you have a pretty like your job is very
I can force
can't
myself to
fuck
hyper
someone's hair
fixate
up.
on stuff.
okay.
Like I don't know. I kind of learned to control it because I took myself off. I was like in 8th grade when this happened, and by like the end of my 8th grade year, I was like, nah, I don't want to do this shit anymore because like once I got on Adderall and I realized that I could like do all these things,
Right.
I was like, okay, cool. Let me see if I can just do this by myself, and then I just did.
Okay. So you're
Yeah.
like, oh, I am capable. Let me try it without the drugs. I got
Yeah.
you. Yeah. I just was fucking fed up with it. I just
Yeah.
went, fuck y'all. I'm just be myself.
That shit probably gave me a weird God complex for a while though. I hate
can
going to
see
the
that.
doctor. Like I should have gone. Like dude, like,
Guilty as fuck, dude.
I was in the medical field for a long time, and those
you
are
work for a cardiologist
for 7 years. I did like neurology stuff
over at
for
the
like
heart
a year
hospital, or
down in Pine Bluff.
Oh, okay.
One of the doctors that is associated with the heart hospital in St. Vincent's, Dr. Sadim Mahmood, the cardiologist down in Pine Bluff. Fun time, but also not a fun time. I learned a ton. I worked in the ER down in Pine Bluff for like a year, and then I did 72-hour ambulatory EEGs on people for like a year.
what the fuck? You just
Yeah.
sit in the ambulance and put on the
Nope.
patches and shit.
I would go EEGs for like Caesars and stuff. Like I
The
guess,
brain.
Like,
I'm
yeah, the
thinking
brain
of
stuff. I would go
EKG.
in.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
did those for the cardiologist. Like I was
Okay.
just his tech. I was doing the EKGs,
Right.
ECGs, bunch of stuff. I'd have to explain it all.
So
but,
you put all the diodes on the brain.
oh
and
my
shit.
god, yeah. So I would either go to a doctor's office or go to somebody's house and like measure their head, make all the markings, like and go through and like connect them, glue them to their fucking hair and scalp, and then set up a camera and like a machine, turn everything on, and then I would come back in 72 hours and spray a solution that dissolved the glue in their hair, take it all off, take it home, clean all the stuff, upload the information, and send it to a company in Connecticut.
Wild.
Yeah,
That was your job.
Yeah, it was really fun.
That's a wild ass job.
I did really fun stuff in the medical field for a long time because it was all like tech stuff. Like I didn't go to school for any of it. I just learned it all on the job, which I feel like more jobs should be able to do that.
That's all. I think all jobs, dude. I should be able to
Almost.
apprentice or tech, like tech.
Right.
I don't like the word apprentice because typically you think free, like you're working
Yeah.
for free. Teching is a much better term
Yeah.
for it. Like, dude, yeah, absolutely. Because you're going to learn infinite. Like, that was our whole thing. Like, I did welding for a bunch of years, and there was a whole classroom. The first day, the teacher literally all you did was throw the book in the garbage can for real. That was like his thing of like,
Hell yeah.
this is the first and only
Fuck
time
this
we're ever
book.
going to be in here because I can talk to you how to weld all day long and for 20 years straight. And you go out there and you'll still not know how to do it. So you just got to go do it. You just got to jump the fuck in. And that's what we did for years.
Was it Kublai Khan that said music taught me more than any teacher or textbook ever did? Something like that. Bleh. Yeah, hell
Bleh.
yeah. That's tight.
Capital BLEGH.
Yeah. Man, I remember the first time I heard that, I was like, yo,
For real.
fucking facts, which that's not true. I had some really dope teachers.
I would have quit school in a fucking heartbeat if it wasn't for my mom.
Dude, okay, so like our whole generation was pushed to go to college, like hard as fuck. We were told, I remember from like 8th
I had
grade
a
until like I
job at
graduated.
14 because my
Me
dad worked
too.
in the the plants and shit, which you can do in Arkansas.
Mm-hmm.
And as soon as he was like, "Hey, you can have a job," I was like, "Fucking yes."
Yeah, dude. My mom was like, I grew up like working in like
Farms
the barn
and
and shit with
so,
like
yeah.
my grandpa, but like I was never got paid for that shit. I got an allowance, but was it really an allowance?
No. Here's
but-
$3. Go to the general store.
Yeah. Yo, I used to ride my bike all the way down to the country store. You know where that is in Woodlawn. Oh my God. That was such like a long bike ride. Yeah, but I lived like...
Yeah, but we didn't give a fuck.
I know,
and
it was tight. The
awesome,
90s
dude.
were
The
so
freedom
sick,
is
dude.
so sick.
But at the same time, hold on, was it sick? Because there was also a lot of really fucked up shit still going on. It just wasn't as publicized.
We just
didn't
were
see
young
it.
and we didn't see
Information
it,
is
yeah.
so just
In your face.
Yeah. But I forgot what we were talking about because I do that.
Energy drinks as often as I want to.
Yeah.
Oh my God, caffeine. What
Bro,
a great thing.
That was when they were experimenting with that shit too, man. That's when Surge hit the scene.
Oh, dude.
It was
I was
fucking
so
kids
sheltered
up,
as
and
a
they were-
kid.
they were
I
taking
didn't
it out
know
of
about
schools and
so
shit.
much of this stuff. I was so sheltered because, like, again, my graduating class was like 42 people.
Dude. Mine was 600.
Yeah.
It's a big difference.
I was born and grew up in Pine Bluff, which is a way bigger town, like 20 minutes. It's lost a lot of
I was gonna say,
population.
it's smaller than
I think
it was, right?
I think it was like the city to lose the most population in Arkansas last year, if not a bigger number than that. I saw a number, but I can't remember exactly what it was. But back then, like way bigger. But I lived in like
outside of there.
well, I lived in Pine Bluff until like second grade. Moved down to Woodlawn because that's where my mom wanted to live, I guess. I don't know.
Okay.
That's where my grandparents still lived and still live to this day. They still live in the
Still
same
breaking horses, still
fucking house,
that's
dude. Oh my
crazy.
God. At the school I went to, though, in like middle school at Woodlawn, I don't even call it middle school because it was all one fucking school. We had,
right.
This is the elementary building. We had a cafeteria, and then here's the high school.
There's
And
so
there were like
few
a
people.
couple
You're all
buildings.
together. Yeah,
Dude,
yeah.
I knew everybody.
Kids everywhere.
Everybody,
Yeah, teachers,
yes.
yeah. That's
Everybody,
so crazy.
dude. I had like the same teachers every year. They just taught me different shit. But my pre-algebra teacher,
Okay, that's fucking wild.
first fucking time ever in his class, this dude was such a dick because he taught my mom and my aunt too. And he didn't like them either. So like initially...
Yo, fuck that shit, man. That
Yeah.
shit sucks.
Well,
There
he
should
was
be an
dumb,
opt-out.
and I fucking corrected him in class one day because he was doing. Dude, okay, hold on. I'm gonna give him some props real quick. This motherfucker, chalkboard.
Yeah.
He'd have a piece of chalk in his hand because he was old, so he used to like that chalkboard. No marker shit in his class, but he would be looking at the class
And writing
the
down.
Dude, not hold on. Perfect circle.
He could do it.
Not even looking at it.
Yeah.
Like just no matter how he's holding it, fucking perfect ass circle. Blew my mind the first day of
Been writing
class.
on that shit for 30 years.
Yeah. But then like he was doing a problem on the board and I was like, yo, dude, you should like check your book. I don't think that's correct. And he was like, no, it is. I was like, all right, my guy. And we argued for like a quick second. He looked down
God, the amount
and then just like erased it and put the right answer up there. And I wasn't even trying to be rude. I was just like, hey man, like that's not the right answer actually. This is math class.
Oh,
There is
calling out
a
teacher is
definitive
death
answer.
sentence in those days.
Yeah, dude. So
Dude.
I had him for like pre-algebra, algebra 2, trig, and calculus.
What the fuck?
Yeah, and I had his wife like 2 or 3 times as well for history.
didn't like you either?
No, dude. It was the whole next year. First day
They
of
probably
class.
go home and be like, that Ray kid.
Yeah,
Fucking
bro. There were so
kid.
many rumors about them anyways because they both been teaching for so long. Like my mom and
Yeah.
my aunt were
That's too fucking long,
bro.
man.
So they were both married, like confirmed married to different people when they first started teaching.
Yeah.
Rumor was that they got caught in the copy room doing some
Sure,
little
yeah,
something,
absolutely.
something.
Yeah. That's where it always happens.
Got a divorce from their people that they were married to, married each other, and like had a kid that was a copy room baby. Dude,
Nice. A
they
copy
gave, yeah, that's what, like, we all, like,
Making copies.
dude,
Making
it was
copies.
terrible. Because, like,
That's a funny porno.
they gave one of their children had, like, a coconut head haircut, just like Coconut Head from fucking
90s,
Nesby
bro.
Classified. No, this was in the 2000s. This was when I was in, like, 10th grade.
Oh.
Yeah, it's like 2007. Yeah, because I graduated in 09. So, bro, coconut head looking ass kid. We used to roast that kid. But she never knew because she was like in elementary school. So, like, we didn't roast her.
She
We
was
just-
3 buildings down.
Yeah, we roasted her behind her back. She'd walk in, we'd all be like looking at each other, and then she'd leave. We'd be like, bro, you saw that haircut? As a barber now looking back, I'm like, damn, bro.
How do you go from medical to barbering? How does that happen?
I saw a lot.
Because I feel like you had a pretty good job.
Yeah, man.
Does it just get jaded?
Kind of. So,
that.
like, worked for the cardiologist for a long time. Was not making a lot of money there. Like, initially, I definitely worked my way up. But he liked to cap people off at a certain point and then just give us more PTO, which at the time was really cool because I could take longer vacations. I was 18, 19, 20 when this happened. Like, right out of high school, my mom
Time off is everything.
Right. My mom was, she did billing for like a bunch of doctors, but mostly this doctor. And then the day I turned 18, she was like, you got to move out. But one of the guys I work with, like, has a spot in the hood that I definitely moved into with him. And then he was the echo tech there. So he was doing all he was the ultrasound tech. He didn't just do echocardiograms, but moved in with him. And then he was like, hey, they are looking for like a new tech to do a lot of these other things.
Yeah.
I was like, sick, let's do it. So did that for a long time. Through that, met another guy that sold pacemakers, was a pacemaker rep at the time. Then he started doing the neuro stuff. Yeah, he sold pacemakers to doctors. He worked for Medtronic, I believe. One of the bigger companies, just like Medtronic, St. Jude, shit
Some
like that.
jobs you don't think about that exist that are jobs. You're just like, oh, yeah,
Dude.
sure.
Well, my first thought was like, how do you, like,
Yeah.
I feel like it's not hard to convince somebody who needs a pacemaker to buy
Right.
No,
So how is that
you go into the doctor's office and you convince the doctor that
your company
makes the better one.
Sure.
Yes.
Well, that's
we
just
also,
so wild that's a fucking job that exists.
Dude, drug reps, like reps that actually like sell like just like the like drugs, like medicine.
Yeah.
Because most doctor's offices you can go to, and if it's like a blood pressure medication, 9 times out of 10, well, I say that, I don't want to say that, but most of the time they're going to have samples of that medication that they can give you a week's supply of until
Just
your prescription gets
good.
filled or until you have money. Like
Sure.
whatever. Drug reps come in, they'll feed the office, they'll give you samples, and then if the doctor likes you enough, he'll write a lot of scripts for you and you make money that way. But it's the same with like pacemakers or like a lot of implants too, like just like anything.
Implants, like, yo, we got this kidney over here, but they got this kidney over
like
here.
fucking like knee implants.
Oh, like, okay, that makes more sense.
Or like braces, like
sure.
advanced level braces and shit that you can get for like post surgery and
Like
stuff.
a fake leg. That's more of a fucking
prosthetics
or a
even too. Yeah,
knee. Yeah.
That shit has. There's a lot of money to be made
knees and
there.
shit. Yeah.
But that guy went from doing that to working with a company that did the EEGs I was talking about.
Oh, okay.
Between that, I sold cars for like 2 years. That was cool, but also sucked.
Dude, fuck that job. The amount of hours. Every friend I ever had that was a car salesman was like, oh, cool, you're not my friend anymore.
Yeah.
We don't see each other.
Dude, there were days that were like really good doing
Where'd
it
you
because I'd
work
make a
at
lot of money.
Everett or something?
I worked at Bale Honda, which is McClarty Honda now. And then I was living in Pine Bluff while I was doing that. So I was driving from Pine Bluff to like Little Rock every damn day.
Landers
it sucked. No, the one off of Colonel Glenn, 430.
Okay. Right,
the
right,
one right by the rave.
Fuck, I forget there's like
it's
all
McClarty
Cornish.
Honda now.
Yeah,
it used to be Bale.
Yeah.
Bale, there might be a Bale up in North Little Rock. They're everywhere.
Right.
But I could make more money in Pine Bluff just based off how the deals were structured. So I went down to Pine Bluff after a year of working in Little Rock to work there. And then I ended up, I think, selling a car to that guy. His name was Tom. He was like, yo, what are you doing here? Like, you should come work for me and like just do these. You'd be the only person doing it in like the whole state as far as like we go. And then I also was doing stuff in Oklahoma. So I had a ton of perks with that. I was making really good money at like a really young age, not being the smartest with it, but also like being smart with it at the same time, as smart as I could. But I was also spending a lot of it being stupid.
Oh, the money.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
But it was cool because I was working like 8 to 5 Monday through Friday a lot. So I was able
king
to
of your responsible purchases too. I just want to put that out there, bro. Like I'll get some extra money and be like, you know, I do need 3 packs of drumsticks.
Dude, oh man. Yeah, like when you're young, like you don't even think about shit. But I also had kids. I was not even
did
like
this shit a month ago.
Yeah. Yeah, it was like...
I don't have kids, though. Big difference.
Crazy. Dude, if I did not have kids, I would be so much more covered in tattoos. Had a conversation about this the other day at work because all my coworkers are steadily getting tattoos. And I'm just like, damn. Like, I have a decent amount of them, but the last one I got was like...
Too bad.
This one some years ago. Maybe a year ago.
Yeah.
Year and a half. Something like that. And I want more, but...
I haven't had one in years.
Daycare alone, I could probably get a tattoo a week.
Oh, for sure. That shit's ridiculous. That's a scam.
Just for my 2.5-year-old.
That's unfucking real, dude.
Yep. It's a lot of money. I don't even want to talk about
Most
how much money
people,
I
it's
spend a year
cheaper
doing
for
that.
one person to just not work.
Yeah.
Daycare is so expensive.
My wife was already like manager level at a bank. And then like I was in barber school when we found out that we were pregnant. Dude, we moved into a house was a perfect size for our family. Immediately outgrew that motherfucker.
Damn.
Yeah. And like with like how the market was currently
fuck that
fucking
now.
insane.
Yeah, you're fucking insane. You buy a house now, you're fucked.
Yeah, I thought it was insane even when like people like interest rates were good, but houses were fucking expensive as shit. And I was like, dude, okay, we spent like 175 or something on our house. Had a decent size of down payment. So like
20%.
within a decent amount of time, we already had like positive equity in it.
Right.
And then like the market shit happened. I looked and I was like, damn, I could sell my house for like 250. Holy fuck! Like that's such a good fucking spot to be in.
$100 grand, but good luck finding a fucking
Bro,
house
so
to
I started
buy.
looking. I was like, whoa! Like all the houses I want are so expensive, and like even if I could afford it, because I found quite a few that I was like, man, I could afford that, but like, fuck,
It's everything you got, and it's another 30 years. It's another
Yeah,
fucking,
man, like,
Yeah,
shit.
you're just starting the clock over again at that point.
I need life to slow down, really, but it's not going to. I've learned that. I've been telling myself I need life to slow down since I was like a child.
So if you're going to doing what was it? You were putting glue on people's heads and shit? And then,
Yeah,
Did you
stop
go
that.
from barber school from that?
No, I did a lot. I worked at Best Buy with Kurt for a little
So
while.
you just started job hopping?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Worked for a moving company for a little bit with Jordan Finch. That was fun. Yeah, dude. That was actually a really fun job, but management fucking sucked. I
People
thought
don't
about
quit
that
jobs,
yesterday.
Bro. That's the thing.
Bro.
Yeah, people don't quit jobs. They quit their managers.
Ooh, Kurt can verify.
A lot of
all
jobs
this.
are awesome. Dude, you know what my favorite job in the world was? Pizza Hut.
I've heard a lot of people
company sucks
say that like
butt.
delivering pizzas and shit was
But
kind of
dude,
cool.
Pizza making and delivery is the best job in the world to me. I
Yeah.
could do that for my life for
Dude,
sure.
working for a moving company wasn't even that bad, but like that shit sucked. But
Yo, you're lower
at
back.
Best Buy, dude, I applied for like a job in either gaming or home theater. They were like, here's one in appliances. When another one comes like open somewhere else, you can apply. I was like, all right, cool. Don't want to fucking be over here with like the
Don't be
refrigerators,
hopping washer
washers, and dryers and
machines,
shit. Bro, I was never over there. I was always walking over to like where Kurt was and like kicking it with other people. If I saw somebody, I'd run over there and make a sale. But like I did my job well enough that a couple spots came open, like in computers, one in home theater that was like the Sony rep. That I was like, yeah, I want that shit. Mostly because I can get a huge discount on some shit. I never even used the discount that I had, I don't think.
Yo, Best Buy's discount is insane.
It was
like
so
cost
tight.
plus or something.
Yeah.
Like the
Like-
Sony discount.
Oh,
Yeah,
Sony
it was like
discount, so you get-
60% off of like a TV.
Fuck.
Or like of
Sony?
what? Of a Sony product.
Bravia?
Once a year, bro. Once a year.
That's the most
Yeah.
liquid TV in the
Dude,
world. Dude,
so-
them Bravias ain't no joke.
Yeah, I applied for it, and the general manager of the store was out because like he had knee surgery or something. I don't remember why Lee was gone, but he was gone. So we had the assistant general manager that was acting as a store manager.
Didn't like you, right?
KP. That's all.
that a bitch.
That's how I'm gonna call him, bro.
I
KP.
lost a good job at a car place one time because the assistant got to be the boss for 1 week.
Dude, this
I
is like
lost
the
my job
opposite.
in 1 fucking week because of this dickhead.
This guy was a dickhead, but I was thinking about it because I went to Best Buy to pick up some Christmas presents yesterday. Nobody works there now, dude. It's so
No,
empty.
no,
It's
no.
so hard to get somebody to even help you do anything in there now. It's insane. But
Well, if they ask you for help, they don't know what the fuck.
yeah, bro,
They
I
just
had to
like,
tell them. I was like, I'm pretty sure you have this item in stock, and she was like, I'm not really sure. I was like, it says I can pick it up in an hour.
Dude, yeah.
So,
yeah.
like,
like it's gotta be
gotta
in this
have one
fucking
here.
building.
I just have it now.
Yeah.
Yo, here's what's crazy now about the customers, especially in businesses like that. You're like, hey, where? Like I was at Lowe's, no shit, and they go, oh, I don't know, and went to the fucking Lowe's app, the same Lowe's app I have on my phone.
Yeah,
and I
that's
was looking at
exactly
also,
what
I was
she
like,
did.
God damn,
Yeah.
fuck.
But I would actually go, like, we would, man, whatever. I
Was it in the back?
Yeah. No,
of
I
course
actually
you
went and found shit. Dude, I was okay. So, bro, KP came to me one day while I was over in appliances and he was like, hey, man, I saw you applied for like the Sony rep spot. Do you just want like the interview experience? Because you're not going to get that job. Like, basically, was the gist of it. And I was like,
Josh, but KP.
I was like, bro, what do you? I said at the time too, it's cool, but I was like, what do you mean just the interview experience? Like, if I'm gonna actually interview for it, I want to be able to have like a fair interview for the position that I'm interviewing for.
Right, interview
like,
experience. What the fuck does that mean?
I was like, bro, what do you mean have the interview experience? Who the fuck?
I want to get good at doing
I've
interviews.
had
What the
so
fuck
many
is wrong with you?
interviews already in my life, dude. Fuck you. But yeah, it took 3 just to get hired there, bro. So I was like, motherfucker.
It should be free to work there. You'd be like, hey, can I work here? And they're like, are you serious?
Dude, yeah.
Here's a uniform. Yeah, bro, they have 300 employees right now. When we went in there, I got hit up 5 fucking times. Hey, you need anything? No, I'm just looking, man.
Yeah.
Next guy, because he doesn't know. It's not his fault. Hey, you need anything? God damn it.
Yeah. But I was very pissed off by that. And I don't remember how the whole conversation went, but that was the gist of it.
Right.
So I told, I guess, my manager at the time, I was like, hey, this is what happened. I'm not cool with that. Do you know when Lee's coming back? And they told me, and I knew I was going to interview with Lee, not with KP. So I waited till he came back and I was like, hey, man, me and KP had another conversation that was very similar. Like, yo, why don't you just like pull your application and you can still just interview? And I was like, why the fuck would I do that?
Right.
So when the general manager came back, I was like, hey, dude, like, this is a conversation that's been had with me. I kind of feel like that's unfair to tell me I'm not going to get it.
That's
and that I should pull
unfair.
my application before I even do the interview. And I'm pretty sure KP is the only reason I got that job. Because, like, I ain't have no fucking experience with, like, TVs, really. I had sales experience because I sold cars and I just always talk to people. Talking is not a downfall that I have.
Read the placard and add words. There you go.
Right, but
this one's got 4 HDMI.
Right.
You're reading it, but you're telling it to them, and then you just add some shit and be like, they're gold plated. It don't mean fucking anything.
yeah, there was another guy
Yes, and
that had been at that store for way longer that interviewed for that job and did not get it. And I'm pretty sure I only got it. I thought about it yesterday. I was like, I only got that job because that motherfucker told me I wasn't going to. That's crazy.
Oh, they were trying to avoid a fucking lawsuit.
Probably, which I wouldn't have sued anyways. I'd have just been like, yeah, like that's why I was like, dude. And he came and apologized to me. He was like, yo, man to man.
Person?
Yeah, he was like, man to man.
This isn't the same KP I know, right? The hip hop.
I don't even remember this dude's. No, but no. Is that KD?
KD. That's what I'm thinking.
Not Kevin Durant. I don't
Kevin Durant
know this
Is he of
guy's full
sports?
name.
Kevin
Durant's a basketball player.
Basketball player. I was going to say
Kevin
football.
Durant. The dude sucks.
Oh, does he?
That's for Andrew Soros.
Yo, fuck Kevin Durant.
I know
don't
so
even
many
know who it
people.
is, bro.
Like, find a ladder, stick it in the side of the.
Over up in appliances, he would go get a ladder and he would get on top of everything. Not even on top of the ladder.
Like,
dude.
like Hawkeye?
Yes,
He would Hawkeye the store?
he would like get behind some boxes and just be like looking, and we'd all see him up there, and it's like, bro, all right, cool.
Oh,
Let me
wait,
go
he's
over
looking
here.
at y'all?
Yes,
Fuck.
dude. He sucked so bad. He got fired.
Hawkeyed the employees?
He got fired after a while. So Black Friday, all right, so Black Friday, Kurt probably remembers like the amount of energy I had. They like got me to do like a little quick interview on the TV and stuff because I was like hype. I was depressed because the like relationship. I was dating a girl at the time. Her family was all the way down in Crossett, Arkansas, so
yeah,
even
they're-
further southeast than where I'm from.
Cross it.
Fuck that place. That place sucks, and their water tastes bad. But like,
It's because it's not filtered, bro. It's coming out of the ground. You're just drinking
so
the earth.
bad, dude. Yo, RIP to all my homies in Southeast Arkansas still drinking that water. But
It's got minerals.
man, God, dude.
And your bathtub is orange.
It sucked. But I went down there to like spend a little bit of time with them on Thanksgiving, and then I was like, fuck, I actually am not gonna be able to do anything. I have to go back home like mad early because I have to do all this stuff for work. Yeah, so
and
I
that was probably
like,
when they made y'all be open.
made
like
us. Yeah. So it was on Thanksgiving like afternoon, whatever, when we actually like opened.
Yep.
But like I got there, and I'm always like, once I get somewhere to do something, I'm always in like a really good mood.
It's some insane. Well, now a lot of companies aren't doing it, which is awesome. I've always been on the side of like, just make it optional. If enough people want
Yeah.
to, cool. If not, then you're closed. Fuck you.
My ex-wife's mother-in-law, she used to. I don't know if
But,
she
like,
or
dude,
not.
this
her
year,
mother-in-law,
all
that would be
Dollar
my
Generals
mom.
were open all Thanksgiving Day, and I'm like, why?
Yeah, I want to say some WalMarts were actually closed from what
Ours
I
was.
read. Yeah,
ours
which
was
is
closed.
really tight. Do that more. But
agree.
my ex-mother-in-law used to fucking like live for Black Friday.
Oh, dude,
and so a lot of people in her
everybody
family
did, man. That
yeah,
was
so like I did it with them, but I never gave a fuck
Dude, if we were going to
about
Dallas,
Black Friday,
like
dude.
Dallas
ever.
family Thanksgiving, you knew. Like that was part of the hustle.
Dude, I would be sick
we did
just to avoid that
Thanksgiving.
shit.
Everybody get ready to get in the cars and shit, and you're like, fuck this.
Well, yeah, so everybody's waiting in line, and they're like having us hand out like fucking different
because y'all
colored
used to
pieces
hand
of
out
paper.
pamphlets and
Yeah.
shit. Like, oh, you're here for the
Here's
TV.
the $100
Yeah.
That's right.
You have five
Yeah.
of these.
So some people are just like, hey, yo, y'all want this camera, bro, or nah? And I was like, hey, you want the camera, dude? So they like, because I'm either 0 or I'm 100. I don't really have like an in between. I
like
either
a middle
go
ground.
all the way or I'm just like mad chill. But so I was like going hard because I was just really trying to have a decent time so that the time flew by faster.
Absolutely.
I'm about to get off.
I can relate to
and
that.
I think I worked like a midday the next day. I was supposed to come in and like not early
Wait,
as
so
fuck.
you working at night?
Like, hey,
Yes.
come
And then coming in the-
come at 8.
So you're
I was
working
supposed to come in like the next afternoon, but KP came to me. He was like, "Yo, you've got like the most energy out of everybody," which was facts. But like
Kurt's asleep in the corner.
yada yada yada. Can you?
telling people, hey, fuck off. It's over.
Yeah, he was like, dude, I was running the register back in home theater like a motherfucker, dude. My items per hour was high as shit. But
And then they were like, hey, they don't count today.
yeah, but dude, okay.
Wait,
I
your
was
sales?
Yeah, just for that day. But
Because they're got the card?
Because
What
they
the
didn't
fuck?
consider that you were selling it. You were just ringing it up.
yeah.
Yeah.
Do you remember like the Achievers stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I was like, I don't remember everything that is, but it's like the top people in sales
They like
in
to,
like their region or district or something. Yeah.
Oh.
Jeff got to go to Puerto Rico that one time.
Achievements.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Achievers or whatever. So like I was actually qualifying for that. Like I was very, very high up into it. And then like, yeah, he came to me that night and was like, can you come in tomorrow morning? Like and open again. I was like, man, I'm supposed to like leave. It was probably like 2 a.m. I was
Fuck,
like,
when
I'm
he's
supposed
bringing
to
you this information?
Yeah, I was like, I'm supposed to like come in. I think at like 11 or 12 and work till like 7 or 8.
At that point, why am I even leaving? Like, I'm
Right.
gonna get home and then wind
I was supposed to be there at
down
like
and then go to bed.
7:30,
I'm
I
gonna get
think.
an hour of sleep.
Yeah, I think it was
Fucking
7:30.
high. Yeah.
So
Because they didn't close, right?
No, we closed. It was just
you
like
did?
mad late, and then we opened mad early on
Right.
Friday for
Right.
like Black Friday, which the deals were nowhere near as good, but
The deals
and it was
were
way less
after
busy.
2 weeks.
Sure. Yeah.
The good deals, insider information that y'all might already know, but the good
I
best,
feel like now we do. Back in
Dude,
the day, we did not know.
the good Black Friday deals, like the actual good ones, like on the quality products,
Yeah,
are
not the
going on
$8
for
coffee
like
maker, you
yeah,
want the-
they're going
yeah.
on for like damn near the whole month of November.
Yes.
Most Black Friday
And they'll get a
products
restock for sure.
Yeah, but most Black Friday products fucking suck. People return most of that shit so quick.
Yeah. Well,
because
it's
it's
all
like,
ass.
oh, so you just got a 65-inch TV for $300? I wonder why you got it for $300.
That's right.
Like
'Cause
that
it's a
company
TLC
still
or
probably
TCL.
made a profit on the fucking TV. They just didn't make the same profit that they made
There's
before.
no way they didn't because they wouldn't sell it if they
Right,
did. But
that-
also, if
exactly.
it's normally 600 and they're giving it to you for 3, that means that motherfucker probably cost them $50
Yeah,
to make,
dude.
and it's all ass.
Yeah, it was like, okay, here's a $1,600 TV for like $1,200. Go get that motherfucker,
That's
and it was
the
on
better-
sale the whole entire month.
Right,
too.
that's the better deal.
We used to tell people that.
Yeah.
People would be like, "Well, what are your Black Friday deals?" I was like, "Dog, all the deals that are posted right now because it shows you on the tag."
Yeah.
The doorbusters, which like some of them are good, but most of them honestly
I
suck.
like the movie, like $10 Blu-rays. Like, that's tight because they're
Yeah.
usually 30. And they're doing that this year still, which I feel like this is probably the last year because
That shit lasts,
Walmart.
it's all going online, dude.
Yeah, but here's the thing: like Walmart, you go to Walmart, they don't even have movies on sale. They're just
Yeah,
a regular
no.
price. And then Best Buy has the bin. They have 3 bins now. There's no aisles of movies anymore.
There's one at the one in West Little Rock.
Well, we were in Conway.
Okay,
Cabot.
the one in West Little Rock.
Conway.
There's like literally one
So
aisle.
They had 3 of the little stackers,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and literally, dude, they're $10, and these are
Yeah.
blockbuster films, all still in there.
Yep.
No one was
Streaming.
buying, and they're $10.
Streaming, man.
I was like, fuck, dude, it's over. It's over. That was my cue. I'm like, all right, I guess we're just done here. It's done. Especially when I went to Walmart the next night and they were like completely like,
Yeah.
we don't even sell movies. Fuck 'em.
Dude, I was like collecting a lot of like
So then
Marvel
when did you
movies
go
that
to
came out.
fucking, oh, yeah.
When did I
same.
go to Barber school? We're still on that. Man, moving company.
Well, we
What
talked
after
about
that?
Best Buy a bunch. And
Oh yeah,
feel-
I
feel
left
like- I
that
feel
because
like
that motherfucker asked me to work a 12-hour shift on Black Friday. He asked me to work from like 7 to 7, and I just worked hella on Thursday night.
Right.
So like, I
you already
agreed
missed
to
Thanksgiving
it.
with your family, and you fucking yeah.
I agreed to it because he talked me into it by talking all sweet to me and shit. But it was like halfway through my shift, and Richard came to me and he was like, "Dude, you look fucking exhausted. Like, do you just want to go home?" I was like, "Man, you know what? Fuck yeah, I do." And I never walked back in that store.
Wow.
I was supposed to, but I fucking didn't.
Yeah.
I didn't give them a notice. I didn't actually live. No,
that.
John, the guy who was over home theater, he called me and was like, "You come back?" I was like, "Bro, no." And then I went and worked for Life Touch for a little while. The
Life Touch, is that like
the
Life
school
Alert?
photography? They did like the high school pictures for like yearbook and shit.
Oh, okay.
I went and did that for a while. That was fun.
Right. That can't be too bad of a job. You're just an assistant, probably. Like
I was taking the pictures and shit.
Really?
We would carry around like the whole entire setup, like the backdrop, the camera,
Yep.
all the lights, like in our vehicle. Get to the school mad early, set that shit up.
Remember those cameras were so goddamn big.
Big, dude. Oh man. Which like it was all
7 a.m.
Yeah, I had to be there
setup.
super early.
2 hours away.
Dude,
Yep.
yeah.
Oh, I know.
Yeah, Ryan Burks
Yeah.
did this with me for a while, dude. So yeah, like I would wake up. I lived in West Little Rock, right behind Bell Chevy, which I think is still Bell Chevy.
It is.
Shadow Lake Apartments, I think. Not called that anymore. And I would have to drive to like Subiaco Academy, which is like past Dardanelle, or like to Paris,
Yeah.
or
I love that these even exist.
Yeah, they like to-
Subiaco Academy.
they
what the
loved. That's like an all boys like Catholic or Christian school.
Okay.
Fuck that school. That place sucked. Beautiful school, but that dude, those kids were
Buildings are
assholes,
awesome.
man.
Of course they were. Dude.
My
They're
cart like
trapped.
fell over with like all my shit on it one day. In my head, I was
just
like
laughing at you?
No, they didn't really laugh, but I was like, "Oh, good Samaritans. Surely one of these kids will like offer to help."
bro.
They ain't never read the Bible, dude. What the
no,
fuck?
they don't give a
They didn't
fuck.
help me at all.
They don't want to be there.
No,
man.
they didn't. Which, like, I get it,
Yeah.
but they loved to send me really far, and then I was like, "Man, fuck this shit.
Why?
That
'Cause
shit
you
was
let
not
them.
worth it."
Yeah, you just didn't have no
like,
pushback. You're
they
gonna
like
get the
to send me
worst
to
shit.
Southeast Arkansas a lot because I was from there, so like I knew the area.
Yeah, I mean, that makes sense.
And like I don't know, I'm good at a lot of things. I can hyperfixate on a lot and learn a lot and just make myself be good at stuff. I worked at Windows, Doors, and More after that for a little bit.
In North Little Rock?
In Benton Bryant.
Oh, Benton.
Right beside like a
Oh, yeah.
Ride Out, I think.
Yeah. I know where that's at. Yeah.
I was picking up and carrying hella Windows, Doors, and More. Unloading trucks. That shit
Flooring,
sucked
pallets.
so fucking bad.
Yes.
It was really cool when it wasn't super fucking hot outside or super fucking cold
Cold,
outside.
that's right.
But I was in the warehouse like the whole time.
And it's not climate controlled at all.
At all.
Which is
Big
wild
ass
because
fan.
you're fucking with wood. You would think like this needs to be climate controlled because
Well, most of the
when these
stuff
leave
that,
out of here,
that was
they're
coming
either
in,
gonna
it was
swell
leaving
or-
very fast. It was like people were ordering shit within like a week.
Right.
We were either like taking it to them or they were coming to get it, and then it was like getting installed.
That's a good
so nothing
turnaround.
really sat very long, but it was like
that ain't the way it is now, bro. I'm in the
Constantly
housing
a lot of
industry.
shit.
I had a guy wait a year for Windows. 1 year.
fuck.
Yeah.
I did that. I felt like I was working out for work, and I'm not like So I ended up quitting that. My brother-in-law is like a master plumber, has a plumbing company. Went and worked for him for like
Now that's good money.
not a super long time. Yeah, it's decent. Them hours sucked though.
The hours.
I lived in Sheridan.
because you're always on call too.
Kind of. Yeah, he was.
Somebody calls you, you're gonna go because of the money.
I was living in Sheridan, so I was waking up at like 4 a.m. driving all the way to Traskwood through like Poen and stuff.
Yeah. Wow.
And then driving like from Traskwood through Benton Bryant to like Little Rock, Conway, North Little Rock, Jacksonville, wherever to do plumbing shit.
Damn.
Halftime, would not get back home until like it was already dark.
Gonna say yeah.
So yeah, it just sucked. It was not fun.
Yeah, because you get to a call at 5 and you're like, fuck, and you got to do all that stuff. And
I was like this. I'm still like not big. I was like the smallest guy that worked there. So you already know I was under all the
Under the
houses,
house, yep.
doing all the
Crawl
insulation,
space.
repiping everything. Yeah.
gosh. Yep.
So it was not fun. I was like, plus like I grew up like riding horses, hitting barrels and shit. Like I played hella sports. I don't need all that wear and tear on my body. So now I stand a lot as a barber. So yeah, after that I decided to go to barber school, which was fucking tight, sucked really bad. Fuck barber school. But if you like want to be a barber, go to barber
Which
school.
one did you go to? The
Missions Barber College in
Okay.
Conway. I will talk all the shit, dude. You told me not to talk too much shit. That's the one.
Goodfellows is the one I'm familiar with. Is that right? That's right, right?
I guess there's
Yeah.
quite a few of them, but like Missions is the cheapest, which is
Okay.
why everybody,
Goes there.
like most of Dogtown went there. A lot of guys from like Art of Men's Cuts go
Right.
there. A lot of the dudes from like Chop Shop in Conway have gone. They're like, yeah.
Didn't y'all all kind of go at the same time?
Kind
It was like
of.
this one big collective of people just whoosh.
Yeah, a lot of
Right
dudes
when-
did. I wanted to, but I was always like, oh man, I don't have the time, or I don't have the money, or like whatever.
Right.
While I was like cutting one of my roommates' hair like once a month, and I was like, man, I really do enjoy this. It'd be tight to be able to like make money doing it. But
You
I
were
always
doing
made
it just
excuses.
because?
Yeah.
Like with, okay.
With some bullshit clippers from
Some fucking
Walmart.
house
Probably
scissors.
fucking him up. Probably fucking him up, dude. I don't have any pictures to like look back on, but I bet I was fucking him up. But yeah, I finally decided to go
terrified
to
of
barber
that.
school. Dude, so like,
It's
yeah,
terrifying,
I
dude.
live with anxiety. So like in barber school,
Tattooing hair. I would love to do both.
Same.
My wife makes me trim her up. We both have the same haircut now. This shave side, fancy mullet thing.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm gonna
so
fucking
easy.
sneeze and just blat, just run a fucking rake over her head.
I had a client not that long ago. I hate hard parts, by the way. I will say that because
Is that where it's like you shave
yeah,
down
like
the side?
the little line, like
Yeah.
bro. In 2 weeks, it looks like you got a little bitty porcupine, like right there. Like you
You're
have
not
to keep
constantly
it
on
up.
it,
Yeah, and most people.
Do y'all have people like that are like every 2 weeks I'm in the chair? Like,
I have
getting
weekly
lined up?
clients.
What
we have
the fuck?
we have weekly, bi-weekly, like every 3 weeks, every 5 weeks, every 6 weeks. It just depends.
Like once every 5 months, and my wife's a stylist. Like,
Yeah.
I don't get.
Which is cool. Like
all.
I have people that like don't get like skin phase, like they're not getting complicated haircuts
sure.
or complicated haircuts. So like they don't come in as frequently. But the people that are like still getting,
Those
I don't get a
where it
fucking
goes down to,
haircut that often. My
nothing,
shit
it
is
fades all the way up.
Yeah. So people who are getting like skin fades or like designs in their hair, like Noodle does or
Noodle
whatever.
does. God, I gotta
like,
get him to put the Arkansas over here.
Yeah, he can do it. I've seen that motherfucker do it in like 5 minutes.
I know.
Crazy. God. Okay.
Well, we had a small tour we were gonna do, but like literally pandemic shit. And I was gonna do Arkansas and Texas, like my tattoos on my hands,
Mm-hmm.
and just cause fuck it, why not? And I was gonna have him do an insane haircut on me, but then literally. We were like booking it and shit, and just fucking nope,
Yep.
nothing. Fuck you.
Noodle can do that shit so fast. He's insane. Oh my gosh. Have you looked at our website recently?
I didn't know you had a website.
Can you do? Can I do that right
Yeah.
now and show you something? Because it's
One day
so
we'll have
funny.
a TV up here and we can Google things.
Oh
but
my gosh. So Noodle, little creative fucker.
He
I love
is
that dude to
very
death,
creative.
bro. So Kurt did
How long were you in school? By the way, is it
school
like a
is
6-month thing?
it's 1,500 hours. So if you can,
Become a cop.
yeah, longer than it takes to become a cop, and like a lot of other things. It's like 10 months if you go full time nonstop. I had 2 kids, lived in
Sure,
Pine
so you got a
Bluff.
job,
The
you do it at
flooding
night.
happened. I actually did not work during this. I had, as I said, I made a decent amount of money at a young age, so I saved some.
Okay.
but I just was like
Had a
always
little
making
nest egg.
excuses for like why I wouldn't do shit, because like I was raised like you just work.
Right.
Like you don't quit
Yeah.
a job, you fucking work. And like I had quit a few jobs. I've been laid off from like a couple jobs, but
Yeah.
like, so yeah, I was just always working. I was like, damn, I don't have time to go to school. I have to make money.
Mm.
My wife was like, but you could make a lot of money cutting hair, like
go
looking
to
at the
school.
numbers. Yeah. So I
Right.
was like, man, fuck it. So like,
and
it
it's
took
something you can
me,
enjoy.
yeah, it took me like a year and a half. Plus, like COVID popped off like when I was like 2 months away from graduating, so we had to take some months off for that and just do like book work at home, which was the only time we ever opened our book. The reason I say fuck that place, he didn't actually teach us anything. Like the owner was supposed to be one of the instructors, and I guess when Chase, Dalton, all those dudes went to barber school, that's where they went, and the owner was instructing a lot more then. I got the very lazy, would come over and like just look behind
Right.
like the ears, make sure that like, I don't even know. He quit checking my,
is good.
yeah, he quit
Yeah.
checking my haircuts after like 5 or 6 months because he was like, oh shit, you
no.
already cut hair better than me. And I was sucking. So like, that's the thing.
So he was checked out. You got the checked out guy. He didn't. give a
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Damn.
So like the way that barber school worked, like you went in, you paid, you showed up, he ordered you a kit that was like an okay pair of clippers,
Sure.
shitty pair of trimmers, shitty
absolutely.
fucking
Yeah.
everything, like a cape, a mirror that's small, shitty guards, just like whatever, some basic shit, some real shitty fucking
Yeah.
shears. God dang, that stuff's terrible. But and then like there was a list basically for like your first month, you were like on buzz cuts, because like that's all they would trust you to do. Basically, was like a 1-level guard or like whatever. Somebody wanted like a 4 all over. You would just do that, and then they would upgrade you to like you would do the sides and back of haircuts, and they would come over and like blend it in and cut the top. Then they would upgrade you to being able to like cut the top and blend it in. Then you upgraded to like shaves, but there was never a reason for like, okay, cool, you're ready for this. It was just, all right, well, I guess you've been here long enough to actually do this. It was never.
They weren't judging it based on the quality coming out of it?
No.
Just time.
Dude.
Oh, no.
There was one guy in barber school that would take 2 hours to do a buzz cut and like a beard trim. And the rule was like if somebody was cutting hair, nobody was allowed to like go outside. I said, fuck all the rules. I didn't care. I was like, oh, damn, I'm going outside. Deuces. He was like, no, you're not. And I was like, I am though.
I'm going to go rip Bernie's
like,
in the parking lot.
Yeah, because I would just tell him like, yo, I am paying you to teach me,
That's
like
right.
I'm to provide me a service, and you're not.
Yeah,
like you're just telling me to do these haircuts, and I'm fucking people up. So I don't know what to do. I'm trying not to. At the time, I didn't think people? I was. Yeah.
Oh man, was there any dummy work?
No.
Whoa.
$6 haircut though. So
okay,
like,
well, fuck them.
You can't really set too much.
Yeah,
and nobody
right.
was. I mean, well, no, that's a lot. People were getting fucked up. I have some like
sure,
I have some pictures and videos of like other people
like accidentally touching the thing sideways. Got that little line.
Dude, people were thinking that their haircuts were fire. They were like, "Yo, look at this raw haircut," and I'm like,
"Raw, yeah, it's raw, right?"
There were only like 2 dudes while I was in barber school. The majority of the time. That were like super raw. That were like there every day consistently. There were a couple guys that like just did not come consistently. They were also pretty good. But 2 dudes that were like, naturals. Yo, why the fuck are you even here? It's like, I gotta be to get a license. Well, damn. Because they already been cutting hair for like 3 or 4 years. Yeah, aboard. Okay. Yeah, we only have to take it once though, and then you just gotta
pay the money,
renew your license. It's like yearly.
Yeah,
but whatever, I guess.
I do it for my wife's stuff too. I was like, and she also went to a school where they taught her basically nothing. Every job she had, they were like, "Why do you cut it like this?" She's like, "That's what they told me to do."
I learned how to cut hair from like watching YouTube videos, following like celebrity barbers. I guess not all of them, just like ones that I like. Actually really liked
those TikTok barbers, the guy with the chair.
Some of them, big blends. Yeah. I met that dude one time. That was tight.
That's cool.
Because there's like a huge barber convention. There's like hair conventions, but a lot of them are like hair and beauty with like a splash of like barbering. There's the Connecticut Barber Expo that happens like every year, and it's fucking like 90% barber, like 10% hair and beauty.
Okay.
So it's insane. I went my first year of cutting hair was last year, and I went last year with one of the guys I went to school with, Victor Rodriguez.
Why do I feel like you've been doing this so much longer than just
only
last
2 years?
Year? What? That's fucking
I've been cutting hair for like 2 years and a month. Because I'm good at what I do. What's up?
Congratulations.
I don't know.
I mean, that's awesome. And you still enjoying it.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. Okay.
I mean,
this is the
like
easiest fucking job ever. Yeah. I did get really fortunate. Like my first year there, they won Best Barbershop because I was there. The second year I was there, won Best Barbershop also because I was there. No, the first year definitely was not me. Like
I could see him like 2 weeks from now be like, yeah, it's his best episode because I was there.
Not going to be true. If it is though, I will say that. But
so far, like, pretty fire.
A lot of the dudes, like I don't know, I learned a lot from like I got to sit next to like Dalton and Jeff has been cutting hair for like 12 years. I've sat by Noodle for like a little bit, and I've sat by Chase probably the longest. But like throughout everybody, there's so much experience in like the barbershop that I got to go into. They've all been cutting for so long, like compared to me. Like I think Dalton and Drake were talking the other day about how they've been going like 7-8 years now or something like that.
Yeah, dude, a long fucking time.
Like most of them, it's like 6+ years, which to me, only cutting 2 years, that's so long. But
even
tight.
That's crazy too, because they got in like right when that shit was popping off again. Yep. Like right when it was like guys can.
My homies, the ones that started it. What's
fancy haircuts again?
Yeah, they really.
They were on the ground floor of that shit,
dude. But okay, so that's
crazy to say that was almost 10 fucking years ago.
Yes,
time is fake.
Dogtown has been open for 3 years, but I've only been there for 2. It feels like so much longer though. It really does feel like a long time,
dude. The pandemic fucked us up.
It did. Yeah.
We did a podcast in there, and I forget that this podcast has only been around for a handful of times. Years, but it feels like an eternity at this point.
When you enjoy what you're doing, it does feel that way, but it also feels way less like work. I don't feel like I work when I go to work 90% of the time.
Dude, if I could do this for my job, oh my god, I'd pump out 3 of these a week. I'd live in this goddamn room.
Why don't you?
Money. generating income would be really
I don't
hard.
even know how to monetize shit like this. That's what I was saying. I thought about doing
YouTube's I feel like YouTube's gonna be
YouTube is huge.
Oh
my god, it already is low
but
key.
like just adding video, like I guess the algorithm supports clearly because it's a video platform, but just adding video, if you go look at like the episodes pre-video capture, because I would just upload the audio, because why not? Fuck it. To now, and then when you add a reel from 1-2, which we got to start doing more of, it's exponential. The growth is exponential.
For sure.
When you're, I guess like Mr. Beast when you're paying attention to what the algorithm wants, of course your channel is going to grow. And like really the monetization aspect is probably the way you're going to make 90% of your money.
Yeah.
I feel like most of them that's why you see a lot of them now taking deals, which I feel like is going to ruin podcasting because it's not just a conversation anymore. It's just a long interview.
Oh.
And they started out as just people just shitting around. Like it was cool. It was like it was somebody you wanted to hear from, but you got a more personal thing.
Yeah.
It was this thing that wasn't these sound bites. It wasn't something from the news or whatever it is, or it wasn't the TV show. You got to know who they were. And
everything's very content driven.
It's fucking kind of ruining it, man. This thing where like iHeartRadio now has like an entire podcast wing where they buy up podcasts and give the host, giant fucking paychecks just for owning them, like you would a sitcom or a TV show.
Yeah.
It's no different, and it's becoming that. And you're seeing like the only reason we built a set is because that's the standard now.
Yeah.
Used to, it was just literally in your fucking living room on a couch podcast, like old school podcasting. So many of my, like I got in too long ago, some fucking podcasts, but yeah, it seems the way back then it would be to like, you get your numbers up, right? And back then, like 20,000, dude, you got a fucking sponsor and you're making pretty decent money off that sponsorship. Right. Now, dude, 20,000 ain't. If you ain't crushing 100,000 views, you're not even going to start to talk to promote like Manscaped or whatever the fuck. Which I think they're actually open now. Anyone can have a Manscaped code. Like I could go get Crash Cash, Manscaped, shave your nuts, do an ad read.
Yeah, but it's based on
that's right.
Yeah.
So if 4 people use that code, what is the fucking point? I'm gonna make what, $3? Like
maybe 7.
I'd rather just do it for free.
You have to start somewhere,
rather than waste your time. Yeah, I don't disagree. That's why we started with Patreon. I think that's fair enough. Which we got to start doing that more too. But I'm trying to find a way to have more free time myself, just to do this more, because
so hard.
You're only gonna get. And I think this speaks to any passion. It's just like you going to Barbers, your wife going, "Hey, yeah, but." You can have it, but you have to make. I have to make the time, or it's never going to work the way I want it to. Period. Because like
everything in life,
you can be the best. It's like bands, dude. Like the best band in the world that ever existed. No one knows who they are. They never made it out of a garage.
Yeah, they're so good.
Like they're phenomenal. But I'm saying, like, if you're not getting out of the garage, and this is. Kind of the same thing. It's like we're in the garage right now. We're practicing. We're getting our 10,000 hours in. We made a set. We've got the camera. We're doing the audio. We're learning every episode something new. Like I've learned a new audio trick, 2 different ones in the last month, because people will message me and be like, "Hey, this sounds kind of fucked up. Do this or whatever."
Yeah.
It's like, okay, let me try. Let me see how this goes. I'm not, I don't know it all.
Communities.
And I watch a shitload of YouTube videos, but I am into podcasting. So like, this whole thing, I love this.
Yeah.
This is fun as fuck to me. Like, I'm having a blast right now.
For sure.
Just 2 dudes. We've never hung out this long. This is fucking phenomenal.
Yeah.
Talking. Dude, if I could, we're just bullshitting.
Yeah.
But it's fun to listen to, too. And I feel like you get information out there. You might stumble across a new idea.
Yeah.
Like, conversations are my favorite thing in the world. I already talk too much.
Same.
Why not do it for a living if you can?
For sure.
Because now that's a thing that's possible. Used to, 7 people had this fucking job?
Yeah.
Literally.
Dude.
Like when I was growing up, there might be 7 radio, like the famous radio personality, and that's fucking it. And they all had the views, and now anyone can do it.
Yeah.
So
it's just like consistency, networking. It's almost like with everything.
Is very hard here for this, I feel like.
I can imagine.
Because it doesn't exist.
Yeah.
I can network and get guests. Like, that is something I can do. And that's something we do. But
it's about finding, like, you've got to find those niches. You've got to, pinpoint
the crowds to
what
get into.
you think might be a great idea might not be what other people think is a great idea as well.
That's true too. You know,
there's a lot that goes into it.
So much.
Like,
and
you have to do it for so long before you actually kind of figure it out. Cutting hair is very similar. There's like, my instructor used to be like, there's only one way to cut hair. No, you're fucking wrong. There's tons and tons and tons and tons of ways to do everything.
And someone's going to come about what works for you. And they're going to see it so different that they'll revolutionize it. Those
and
are
that happens all the time. Dude, we started out with hand clippers, and now they've got so many different types of motors and side stuff. Like, dude,
and everyone gets in on it now too, because like that gold trimmer that's been going around, that everyone,
the Gold FX,
everyone knows what it is because it went on a thing on a video. It's viral as shit. I know what it is. I would be scared to death to ever touch it to someone's head.
Yeah, dude, kids love it. They're like, "Yo, was that a gold trimmer?" I'm like, "Yeah, dog, from cut your hair
from the TikTok, son."
Yeah,
y'all do kids? Okay. Point of contention.
Do not bring your kids in for me to cut their hair if they're not good kids. It won't sit still because I will cut them.
Yeah.
No, like we do cut kids' hair. Some of the guys are better at it than others because they've been doing it longer, or just like they're more consistent.
You have like booster seats and shit because y'all have like fancy chairs and whatnot. Yeah.
We have like a little thing that we sit in there or on it. Even like we'll sit a skateboard on top of like the arms for them to sit on if they're little enough. I have one little kid. His name's Ian. Cutest little kid ever. My wife knows their family really well. I don't know them that well, but I've been cutting this little boy's hair for like 2 years now, and he's 3.5. And he's always been like one of my best little clients. Like straight up, he sits like a grown man while I cut his hair. He will just sit there and do everything.
Chill ass kid.
Yes. Wow. And then there's 8-year-olds that come in and can't do anything. Can't hold still.
Can't focus, bro. Can't focus. Dude, he probably needs some Adderall. And like we were talking about earlier, he's probably got what you got. Just dude. He doesn't know how to focus yet.
Yeah. I love cutting. Like,
imagine that little 3-year-old kid though. Like, this is fun. This is a fun thought. Like, that kid could be your client for the rest of your life.
Yeah, that's how it works. If you get like a kid,
like there might be a day in this world where you
works.
leave this earth and that kid's as sad as like your family.
There's kids.
Isn't that
there's
wild?
Teenagers that come in now with like other people. There's this one kid who I cut sometimes if one of the other barbers is busy, but he's been coming in since he was like a child, and he's like 15 now. And now, like, his mom doesn't even bring him.
Right.
Well, she might just like drop him off, but he just walks in, tells you what he wants, gets a sick haircut. He we make jokes. He roasts people all the time. It's great.
Phenomenal. And now, like, bartender-esque thing where like they're talking to you, they're sharing their life stories. And you're connected.
But while we're listening to super sick music,
that's true too. Yeah,
and like there's beer. Yeah, we just, dude, it's such an easy job. The way that like we work it with like it being 100% barber owned and operated is not always the easiest, just because we got like every barber that works there also is like an equal part owner.
Right.
So like we all have different ideas.
Sure.
We all like want to do different things, and sometimes so that's not always the easiest. Just like getting on one page. Yeah. On one band. But there's 10 of us. It's Slipknot.
It's Slipknot. Oh yeah, that's a great comparison. Yeah, that's got to be tough because look at the chaos they have.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Oh, so yeah, it can be difficult, but it is by far. I've had a lot of jobs, and it is the most fun.
Oh, it seems just fucking awesome, dude.
But I started
you get to actually connect to your client.
Yeah.
Firstly, like it starts, and the conversation aspect of it, like that attracts myself more than the haircutting aspect. But then the art of haircutting, well, it's a fucking art.
Yeah.
Especially what you guys are doing. That shit is insane.
Thanks.
Like me, I'm like buzz cut. Like I'll do if you want me to buzz your whole head. But like my wife, she's like, just line up my sides. I will fuck your head up. No, you won't. I've done it like 10 times. I'm still just terrified of it. And
it just takes repetition.
Shit, you know,
that's like all it is repetition.
It really is. But man,
it's like you just get used to it. With most things that you do, especially if you do it with your hands, like you can tell if you're anxious about it.
The first time someone paid you real money for a haircut,
nervous as shit.
I mean,
absolutely,
I would probably actually throw up or piss a little.
Yeah,
like. Oh my God.
I made sure that my first day was
what's a fucking haircut now? $40?
35.
Okay, so close.
Some places in Little Rock do charge more, but yeah, ours are 35.
Dude, $35. Mm-hmm. Oh my God.
Yup. Which is like crazy to think about. Because like if you look up how much like I guess a barber, like if you look up the average like yearly income of a barber, it's going to tell you like those numbers are based off like hourly stuff. I guess, like
like they
sports
break
clips
it
and
down.
great clips and
Sure.
stuff like that. People that are actually paid hourly.
Well, they're
'Cause
actually
it's-
corporations that are reporting every cent, and they're doing all, you know.
right. Which like all of us claim like we actually file our taxes correctly, IRS.
Right.
I like to have a decent
Well, I
buying
just meant
power
on
so I can buy houses.
I meant on like a public level, like
yeah.
they're because they're probably owned by stock, stock. So like they have to publicize everything.
Yeah.
So,
So
like,
it's like a low number.
right. So they're
honestly.
breaking down every last increment of everything they do.
But like it
Publicly.
most of us are on like 45-minute increments. Like when you go online,
Average haircut's like
speaking
45
of,
minutes probably.
we're talking about Noodle earlier.
Oh,
and
the-
how fast he is with like his creativity. Okay, so we took headshots with Kurt.
Right.
That's like Chase's, which looks
Chase,
pretty normal.
Dalton.
You see that, right?
Yeah.
And then
What's happening?
his head is very small and his body is bigger than normal. And then, of course, Noodle hasn't done anything to his own yet, but that's Matt Damon on my face. Because Noodle be saying that I kind of look like a dumber version of Matt Damon.
Like a wish.
Yeah.
Like what do people say? The wish.
What a
Matt
wish
Damon?
version of Matt Damon. Bastard. But here's Drake's. Dude, because we be saying he looks like Nigel Thornberry all the time. So, yeah.
That's actually on your fucking website.
Yeah,
Oh my
this
God.
is Dogtown Barber Lounge. Hey, go to dogtownbarberlounge.com. Go to schedule an appointment. Even if you don't want to schedule an appointment, but you should.
You should. Yeah, you absolutely
just look
should.
at our headshots because not all of them are done
That's
yet.
not correct.
But each one of these,
That's so
each one of
silly.
these literally took him like 5 minutes. We were in the shop.
He's just
and-
doing the shit on his phone, probably.
yeah.
Huh?
Yes, dude. Oh my God. I don't remember exactly. I think Gillies was the first one. And Dalton was like, you should just make his head small. And so like he did. We're looking at it like, damn, that's hilarious. And then he made his body bigger to make his head
Yeah.
look even smaller. I was like, fuck, that is like glorious. We are assholes. And then like, yeah, he put it on the website and I was like, oh,
But that's brilliant.
That's funny.
That's just publicly out there on
Yeah.
the website.
Yeah.
So somebody like, who do I want to cut my hair like a new customer? They're like, this is
Bro.
what this man looks like.
So my picture on the website, like before, was an old picture that my friend Jeff Hago took of me, where one of my other friends is like blowing vape smoke in my face, and I'm just like looking off into like
think I know
the
exactly
distance.
what photo you're talking
Yeah,
about,
it was
yeah.
black and white, and so many people used to come in and be like, "Who's the guy with like the professional photo that's like vaping?" I got clients. I do vape, and I have been
Do
for
you?
just years. Yeah, but like. I always carry it in my hand just because it's so fucking big. I don't like putting it in my pocket.
Oh, you got one of them fucking big square with the
'Cause I've been
batteries and
vaping
shit.
for years.
Okay.
just because
You're a
like
professional.
Yeah, I'm a professional vapor.
Hey, I
got
was,
tricks.
man. I quit smoking, vaping, all of it. It's been 2
I
months.
have tried, but my wife says I'm an asshole when I do that.
I mean, you're gonna be. Is
Yeah.
You got the nicotine still? Yeah, dude. It's.
I tried to go to like zero nic one time, and that shit didn't even taste good, bro. What the fuck? Ugh.
Are you pissed off? Like they're about to change all that. They're getting rid of all the flavors and shit. You see
I'm
that?
just gonna stock up, bro. Whatever.
Yeah.
I'm buy
Better do it
warehouse
right now.
Damn, that's.
I think it's
lame.
coming like
I'll
the
just,
first.
I'll just start smoking cigarettes
Yeah.
again. Fucking die of cancer even faster.
That's my thing, dude. I'm like, I mean, I
I'm-
know it can't be good for
No,
you.
no,
There's
no,
no way
for
it is,
sure.
but it has to be better than
It's a
fucking
healthier
cigarettes.
alternative.
Yeah.
But it's still not healthy.
Healthier
People can
to
argue that.
cigarettes.
Yeah, for sure.
But I feel like they made cigarettes worse though. See, that's a balancing act too, because you're like, yeah, smoking a leaf,
They don't make them like they
it's
used
not
to, kids.
terrible. They really don't.
No, they don't make anything
I'm
like they
telling you,
used
I
to.
quit for 7 years once, and when I came back, that there was something different about them
Yeah.
fucking things. Because I went from casual pack a day, maybe sometimes not even a pack a day. Like, and I smoked from 8 to 21. Quit
Yeah.
when I was 21, and when I came back, dude, it was like 2-3 packs. I mean, even up
Yeah.
to when I quit 2 months ago, 2 packs a day was nothing.
Yeah.
just sucking.
When I
them out.
finally quit, it was like a pack and a half a day. But I mean, I didn't quit. I started vaping. Like, but
Well, that's my
whatever.
thing too about vaping. Like I vaped to quit both times, and I definitely felt better vaping than I did smoking.
Yes. Same.
And I was vaping easily the same amount that I was smoking.
I'd
or
probably
maybe
do it more.
because I could do it
Tastes
inside
better.
again.
And yeah, you don't smell bad. Like, yeah, whatever. I got Nick sick a couple times off of it. But
Oh, you did too much.
yeah, it was like when I first started, I was like, yo, this shit tastes good as fuck. So I'm sitting there
living
just
me.
chiefing that thing, and I was like, yo, whoa. what has happened? I need to lay down. Yeah, I thought I was going to get sick. Almost like the first time I ever tried to dip. That shit is gross.
Dude, that's the worst. You don't do that, do you?
No.
Dipping is the worst. Our last podcast guest dip, I was like, I don't know how you're doing that, bro.
Dude.
I mean, I get it. You need the nicotine, like no
That
shame.
shit's disgusting.
I've dipped 2 times in my life. One, regular old school, like, brick of mud. And then somebody was like, dude, just do the pouches because I was trying to quit smoking. Because it's like
those are a little better,
battle.
I guess.
But even that was just, it burns.
Yeah.
It gets like, I guess it's not burning, but it feels like it's burning. Or my skin doesn't like just nicotine staying on it.
Yeah.
Ugh.
I did chew for a little bit while I sold cars just because I wasn't trying to smoke cigarettes.
Right.
Which, like, chewing tobacco, I guess. Like Red Man. Ooh. Sponsorship.
Could you imagine?
But that'd be hilarious.
Just, we're in here like, do red, kids.
Yeah, that shit's funny.
I don't think cigarettes can sponsor anything, actually.
Probably not. There's so many laws now. I don't watch, like, TV. Like, I stream basically everything, even basketball. Like, I have the damn NBA app.
A cigarette commercial in decades.
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask. Like, dude, I remember all them old school, like, cigarette
Camels
and, like,
were the
damn
fucking-
drug commercials. That shit didn't work, y'all.
Marlboro, dude.
Yeah,
fucking
trying to make it
wild,
look
bro.
cool for the kids.
The cowboy.
Yeah,
go
dude, the
look up-
cowboy, yeah.
Yo, go look up pictures of him when he died.
I bet he looked fucked up.
Fucked up.
Yeah, like that dude with no jaw that goes around to all the schools who used to dip.
Yeah. We had one of those guys come to our school.
Probably the dude. There's
might have
like
been
there's
him.
one that like travels. He like does
like
that's
his
just
whole
his
job.
job now. He's like,
More
yo,
power to
I
him.
dipped and I don't have a jaw now. So
It sucks.
Yeah.
It's a bad habit. Smoking is
really
bad.
is.
I love it, though. That's what sucks. Like, I
Yeah.
genuinely love smoking.
I
And
never
miss
enjoyed
it.
the taste. But it's like the
the
oral
euphoria.
fixation.
Yes.
Yeah, a lot of it is an oral fixation. Like a lot of people when they quit smoking, they'll like chew on pens or pencils or sunflower
dude, I
seeds,
eat
gum,
my fucking fingernails to
chewing.
death. Anything around me, if it's like a pen, something, dude. I was at the out myself here. I was at the bank, putting in a deposit or whatever. I never go inside anymore. Pandemic ruined me, so I'm at the drive-through tube, and I just pull out the pen, and I was going to situate the things in the car, and just stuck that fucking thing in my mouth and started chewing on it because I had my own pen.
That's fine.
But it came out of the tube also. Didn't even think about it, dude. It didn't even cross my mind. Hey, don't put this nasty fucking pen in your mouth. Just went right for it, man.
Straws.
Straw. Oh,
Yeah.
dude. Yeah, I'll eat a straw.
Yep.
Actually.
Oral fixation. It's like repetitive motion. Like a lot of like part of like the whole addiction to like smoking and stuff is like literally just the motion
this.
of like bringing
Having
something up
something
to
to
your
do.
mouth, like an oral fixation. It's
Yeah.
just because like fishing. A lot of people love fishing because it's mad relaxing because it's just a repetitive motion.
That's true.
Over and over and over.
A lot
again.
of guys, they don't even keep the fish.
Yeah.
My friend, he fishes nonstop. He doesn't keep any of it.
Yep, I have a ton of friends that do that.
Yeah.
Yep, repetitive motions, man.
sense.
Brains are fucking weird.
They are very
Like,
weird.
I don't like.
We love a good task.
Man, I fucking hate brains. Again, like just reading so much about them lately. It's been not really about just brains, but I just learned how my brain works, and I'm like, fuck, that's not
Yeah.
supposed to work like that, but it does.
You think, though, but then there's a lot of you.
Can you visualize things?
Oh, yeah.
Like with your brain, like you can close your eyes and visualize shit.
Bro, I designed so many people's houses.
Yeah, I cannot do that.
Oh, like
And I
I
cut
just
hair.
learned people don't have inner monologues.
I have it never stops.
That dude. Mine is I'll wake up in thought. I will wake up being like, yeah, we should do something like that. That's strange.
Yeah. During this
But-
whole entire podcast,
dude, I
I've been
can
thinking
visualize
about other
everything.
things.
I
but cannot
visualized
do
this
that.
table for 2 years.
Yeah, I cannot. I can't build visual images in my brain.
Like y'all have y'all have the picture frame at the shop that's made out of this stage.
Oh, this is that stage?
Yes.
Oh, so many memories. Hello. Yeah.
This is
I look up at it. I look up at it every day. I'm like, look at that, and I'm right there, and like the front and center of the picture, and Noodle is like
He's the crowd
surfing
surfer.
on it.
Yep.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
It's a sick fucking that whole image, the
Yeah.
frame, and that's from that show.
Yep.
Like and that's a Kurt shot.
I love it.
The whole
beautiful.
come full circle thing of that whole event and the thing, and now it's this table. But this was the trampoline piece. Like I specifically
The piece that bounced?
Yes, I specifically kept this, and I didn't know what I was going to do yet. But when I got rid of the last podcast table, I was like, oh.
Yeah,
Well, that's what the fuck that's going to be.
That's
and
awesome.
For like literally a year, like pretty much the whole pandemic.
If you ever
I
get
was
rid of
like-
this, I will buy it for a lot of money.
It will not. Honestly,
When you
dude,
die, I
it
want it.
would probably go in a museum, I guess. Like an Arkansas museum. Because
I can have this thing for $2,000.
Dude, the base costs $2,000.
Oh, so $5?
It probably actually we did the math. If I was to like put money on like what someone would charge to make a table and blah blah blah, plus the base cost, all that stuff, it would it toned out to like $4,700 just for the table.
Let me talk to my accountant. Damn,
This is my new dinner table. I'm eating eggs,
crazy. I'll play Magic the Gathering on it.
and we're just having a conversation on it. I do want to add 2 more like this, but like right here, so we can have like scoot these down and have 2 more people eventually.
That'd be cool.
That
I
is
definitely
the
just
goal.
shoot ice in this microphone. Oops.
That's fine. It doesn't matter. I fuck up all the time and do shit I'm not supposed to in the microphone.
Dude, yeah, no. Podcast seems like such a crazy, like, I don't know, just everything that we can do nowadays.
But like, here's like a great
Insane.
example. Like, and this happens in this room constantly. When you sit down or when you got here, you were like, I don't know what we're going to talk about, and bro, we've been going for fucking hour and a half probably, I bet.
No.
Like, you lose concepts of time and like the room in general when it's designed to just sit down and bullshit. Things disappear.
Yeah,
like,
for sure.
The camera, it literally goes out of frame. We had a light. That light we were putting right here for a little while to try to correct this weird lighting problem we have. And dude, it just goes away. Things just float away.
Right.
And, like, people come in here and they're like, I don't know. Why am I doing this? And then we do it and they're like, this is the most fun. Like, Keely was that way for real. She was like, I literally, when I got here, I was like, this is going to be a 5-minute podcast. It's the best.
I can talk about almost anything. That's what Kurt said.
was saying.
He was like, do you want to do a podcast? I was like, I mean, sure, but I don't know what y'all going to talk to me about. He was like, I have a feeling I can ask you one question and we could go for 5 hours. I was like, yeah, probably not wrong, depending on what it's about.
Well, he said, do you like sports? And I was like, Kurt, you know I don't like sports, man.
Yeah.
I don't.
I can talk about it by myself.
It's not that I don't like them.
Yeah.
It's just that I've tried a million times when I was younger, and I just there's just no, it doesn't click.
That's how I am with most of them. I can go watch any sport in person. Like, I've even watched like tennis when I was in Arizona one day, and I was like, this actually is not bad. But watching on TV,
dude, I've sat and watched people play tennis at the park.
Yeah.
You know, just chilling. Like, cool. Like, in person, I've been to a baseball game when they opened
Super
the Texas
fun.
Ranger Stadium. Fucking great time.
But watching that shit on TV, I will fall asleep or I'll turn it to something else. And that's what I have a lot of friends who watch baseball. And a lot of the guys in the shop that are into sports, their sport is baseball. And they'll be like, yeah, I'll just like turn to something else and then turn back. And I'm like, yo, if I turn to something else and it catches my attention, I'm not going back.
I'm going to have to catch the update on my phone.
But with basketball, it's such a fast-paced sport.
It does happen.
It's very, very, and
especially
like
nowadays. My God,
and that's like
it's
a purposeful thing. They've been trying, like the league tries to make it.
Well, how do you keep people tuned in?
Yeah, exactly.
We're all losing
they try
our
and make it to
attention
where
spans.
like people want to watch more instead of like they're like calling less fouls or like less travels and stuff just because every time you like call a foul or a timeout or you have to like review something, it extends the length of the game. It pauses the actual action.
Football, they actually only play 11 minutes.
That's why I can't watch that
3
shit.
hours.
I tried watching football on TV and I fucking
because of
cannot,
all
dude.
the stuff.
Yes.
They play 11 minutes of actual football.
Dude, going to like Super Bowl parties in a youth group, I learned that at like 15, not super long after like the whole Janet Jackson and
the booby ripoff
yeah,
thing?
the booby thing.
Yeah.
Not long after that, like every year at like our youth pastor's house, he was like, cool, we recorded this and now we're just going to watch the football. And like half an hour later, I was like, damn, I haven't even finished my pizza yet. And it's over. We got to go home now. Fuck that. That's not fun. People that enjoy it don't hate me for that, but football is not enjoyable.
I remember
to watch.
the last Super Bowl party I went to, and because I had this sneaky suspicion no one gave a fuck. We were just doing this because it was kind of old. Look, back in the day when I was a kid, Super Bowl party, dude.
Yeah, it was fun.
Motherfucking, the whole house is full. Everyone's cheering, blah. It's all you had to do. That's why concerts, Vino's used to be full on a Tuesday because we didn't have Netflix and shit. YouTube didn't exist. Like, you had to do something. Your brain, like we were talking about, your brain just needs fucking something, and real life was all we had.
Yeah.
And I went to one, dude, and I purposefully paid attention to not the game, to the people.
Yeah.
And when it was like the third, it was almost over. What, fourth maybe? I was like, hey y'all, I got everyone's attention on purpose. I was like, none of us have watched this at all one time the entire time we've been here, and everyone's like, huh, that's true. And I was like, this sucks.
Yeah.
It's like I never went to another one.
Yep.
I can't do it.
I've tried with like baseball and football, but like, yeah, I can watch basketball on my phone or on any TV or computer. whatever. I can sit there and just do it. I just hyperfixate.
Just sucked into and basketball's not short. What is it? A basketball game last on television? 2 hours?
Yeah, like 2 hours.
That's
2.5 sometimes.
That's a movie.
Yeah.
That's a whole movie.
But it's like
it's moving.
The timeouts are only like a minute, minute and a half. Yeah. Halftime is like during halftime a lot. I'll switch to like another game and then I'll accidentally like not switch back until the other halftime. Then I'm like, damn, I missed a whole quarter. But
they're in quarters too?
Mm-hmm. 4 of them. 4 12-minute quarters. So it's 48 minutes in total of like actual play though.
Play. Yeah.
It's like that's the difference. You get 48 minutes of like
11.
actual like running, shooting, dunking, like offense, defense, like everything.
I suppose soccer would probably be a lot like basketball.
Soccer
is just a longer. It's just on a
those
bigger
are
field.
athletes. Oh my god, I don't give a shit about the World Cup.
No, but those motherfuckers are athletes.
Dude, yeah. I like my homie Victor Rodriguez, who's also a barber. That dude also plays like soccer and is very good at it.
Soccer's
and
wild,
I've gone to watch him play in Benton a couple times. It is so impressive.
It's a football field in
they
size.
do not stop running.
Yeah.
And like when you sub in,
so imagine how
or like
cool.
when you sub out, you don't go like back in or back out. Like you're either in or you're
That's
like,
right. You're in or you're out. Yeah.
And it's fucking insane. Like my homie Vic, it was like 5 to 10 minutes left in the game.
Like a
and he's like, I saw that he was trying to score, but like his leg just wasn't working right. I could tell. I was like, bro, that ball didn't do what you wanted to do. And then he like waved at the coach, and then he kind of just like fell because he was cramping so bad in his thighs. I was like, dog, you need some bananas or some avocados or something. You need some potassium.
Oh, he needs some milk.
Yeah, he was like, he like crawled off the field. He was like, yeah, I'm just cramping real bad. Because I was like, are you dying, dude? Like, are you okay? But no, it's just cramps from fucking going and going and going.
I played soccer one season. I was like, that's all I need to know. I'm done.
Intense.
That's intense.
For sure. Those are athletes.
Hockey too. They don't stop moving, but they get in and out quick.
I've been told I need to like check out hockey.
Dude, go
Somebody
watch
recently
it. Like that's
told me
that's what made me fall in love with it. I'm not an on TV guy, but man, I went to a hockey game. It's just like the wrestling, like we were talking about a minute ago. I showed you that picture of that dude, bro. I watched wrestling. My buddy Jesse, you would go to Jesse's house, and if there was wrestling on, that was the evening.
Yeah.
You didn't know. I didn't know. I would just show up and be like, fuck, it's wrestling night. Damn.
Yeah.
And I'm very unaware of things like that. Like if something has a night where it's on, I'm like, okay, because I've kind of always been that way. I forget shows are happening all the time.
Yeah.
Like there's a show tonight, and I completely fucking spaced it
and
twice.
Thursday and Friday that will have already happened.
Oh yeah, Benefest was off the hinges.
Yeah,
and the benefit show with my band playing on Sunday night.
Sunday night?
Yeah.
There's a show Sunday night too. See, dude.
See what I mean?
Freaking
it's
many.
So much.
Dude.
It's a toy drive though, so that's the admission.
Yeah,
so you can go to
that's
like,
sick.
But the show's already happened, so it doesn't matter if I say it. But like for you to know, this Sunday it's like Mammoth Caravan, Zash,
something about
Shinpo, which that's my band.
Yes,
and Faustian, and one more, and a Civil Servant, which it's their last show, but it's toy drive. It's for Children's Hospital.
Hell yeah!
So I like that.
Support that shit.
I kind of want to. I'm kind of to the point where like that's where I'd like to do more like community stuff. That's why this podcast is nice because we do a lot of community building things.
For sure.
Try to make sure bands can have a good time. Like that's one of our focuses is like do shows where everybody gets a piece of the pie. Sometimes we win, sometimes we lose, but it's all like we come in here and we'll have hours long conversations like this worked, this didn't work. Like the Vendor Village, that was one of our best idea, biggest failure things. I love the idea of it, but it did not work.
Wasn't it around like the same? There was a bunch of shit going on that weekend, wasn't it?
I mean, yeah.
I think.
There was, and there was things, like there was another thing just like that, like down the street that we didn't know when we were planning it. That's a big thing too,
That is
bro.
the thing with like, we're in a big city, but we're still in like a small enough city
Yeah.
to where like...
If one thing is the same, one thing's going to suffer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, what show was it I went to recently? The Combust show at Vino's.
Where like it should be packed, but because there's XYZ down at maybe even the hall.
Yeah, there was something else going on that night that was in Fayetteville, I think. That like a couple, there was like one, I think Second Life was playing in Fayetteville and there was a show at Vino's. It might not have actually been Combust. It might have been Luke Cave, who's from Arkansas, his band that is now called Deal With It and Living in Fear, I think. And there was, so there was just a show in Fayetteville and a show here, but Little Rock bands on both of them, so the crowd got split a little bit. It was nowhere near as bad as it used to be, though. I remember when that shit used to happen. There'd be a show at like Soundstage and a show at like... Dude, like one show would get a really good turnout, and then like the other
literally
one was
no one.
shit.
You're playing in front of the band members.
Yeah, which doesn't like. I try to make it out as much as I can, which
We all
obviously
do,
with
I
like
feel
working and like kids and a wife and all that,
It's hard, man.
It's way less than
Yeah.
I used to for sure. Because I used to be at like Downtown Music Hall like 3 times a week
I
minimum.
see your face pretty often though at most shows,
I try to
especially
show
the
up.
bigger events. You come to like the tent pole events for sure.
I try to show up as much as I can,
Yeah.
especially if it's like something that I really want to make time for.
Or just like a good homie, or like they just
Yeah,
deserve, like,
if it's
someone
a
in the
really good
room.
homie, or like these newer bands like Tiny Towns.
Yep.
Band is so fucking good.
Yeah, it's disgusting how good
As
they are.
somebody who's been going to shows for like way too goddamn long,
They don't even use distortion, bro. That's what's crazy.
Band is so good live. Like if you've never seen them live, you have not actually like you can go listen to them and that shit's still very good. But
They just got that.
Yeah, you got to go
that
see them
aura,
live.
man. There's something
So good.
There's like that thing, you know. Everybody says, "Oh, he's got that thing." He's got that. People who are naturals at something, we just say, "Oh, they've got that thing." They've got that thing, dude. You don't know what it is. It's just
It's
something.
the energy,
special.
dude.
They don't even use distortion.
No.
They actually don't use distortion. They use tiny combo amps, bass, and the drummer, and they set up and they got so much gaps
They
on
have
stage and like.
so much energy though.
But it's just fucking. It goes off.
It's like the reason that Terminal Nation
can't
shows
deny
are
it.
so fun.
That's right.
Like Terminal Nation shows, not only is like the show itself fun, but the band plus like there's energy,
The energy,
everywhere.
Yeah, it's just like.
Yeah. If a
all
band is
around.
playing, I don't care if it's like my favorite band. If they're just standing there like boring as shit,
Right.
You're going to be able to tell.
Right.
One of my homies, Ryan Burks, records a lot of shows. He doesn't as much anymore because he's very busy, but he has a YouTube channel where there's a ton of like local bands and then just like the bigger bands that have come through who recorded the story so far at the Metroplex. I don't remember who they played with, but for like the first quarter or like third of the video, like the energy is kind of just like off
Dead,
because
yeah.
they're just like kind of playing. And then I think they play Quicksand, and I'm standing over on like the edge of the stage on like the far left, and you can see it in the video. I just like hop on stage, run over it, and stage dive, and then like 5 or 6 other people were like, "Oh shit, we can do that!" So everybody just starts fucking stage diving, and from
Right.
that moment, like the energy in even the video was just different.
See, and it like
Yeah.
energy's like a fire. Which fire is
contagious.
energy? It just
Yeah.
takes one. Once
Yeah.
it goes, and people are like, "Oh, we can." What? That's why like mob mentality is real. Like it's just energy
Yeah.
flowing from consciousness to consciousness, and then all of a sudden we all have the same idea, and now the city disappeared because we burned this bitch. down. Like that's real as fucking anything. We just don't know what it is yet.
Yeah.
We don't have a word to say, but like for sure, I just watched a video fucking yesterday of a chick climbing up one of the Inca towers in Mexico,
Yeah.
and the crowd's like, "What are you fucking doing?"
They
And
wanted
it's-
to destroy her,
Dude, they wanted to kill that woman
because
in-
that was like
in
not
an
a
instant.
okay thing to do. Yeah,
No, it's not an okay.
Disrespectful.
She's fucking dumb as
But yeah.
fuck. But
I heard about that, or I saw something about it.
yo, I mean, it turned on her as soon as like she's coming down the thing, and no one's really saying she's like 5 steps down. The second she gets to the crowd,
They wanted her
gate,
sacrifice. That's what I read. It was
Dude.
like, yo, crowd wants woman sacrifice for climbing up this thing. I was like,
where they used to ironically sacrifice people.
Yeah.
Like it'd be funny if they all mobbed up to the top and just sacrificed her, and they all did what they were mad at her for doing.
That's like when that one dude went to that fucking tribe, wherever the fuck it was.
And they killed him?
Yeah.
Wait, he's an
everybody's
idiot,
mad.
dude.
It's
Come
like,
on.
bro, what the fuck did you think was going to happen? You're messing with people that ain't been messed with, that don't want to be messed with, and you're just doing
and
it
they
for
video-
like
and then
what?
They got a picture of it.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
y'all are just doing it for some. Ugh.
Of course they're gonna kill you, dude. They don't want you there. First off, they don't even know what you are.
Yeah, some people deserve what they get. Unfortunately,
What do
I
they
kind
call
of hate saying
the
that.
Darwin
but-
Awards, right? They
Yeah.
literally have an award
Darwinism.
ceremony for people who get it, and you're like, we can't even be.
Yeah.
We can't. This. I mean, come on. You
Yeah,
had
it's
it coming.
unfortunate. Like sometimes motherfucker just got it coming. Ugh.
Like you went to a tribe in the middle of a fucking thing. They've never seen anything like you. They don't know
Right.
what fucking.
You're a white man.
Yeah, they don't know what.
Bro.
What's a good shoe people wear? Like a
Nikes or
Doc-
something.
Yeah, Nike. They don't know what the fuck Nikes
He's like, bro,
are.
why you got that Under Armour shoe on? What is that
Are
symbol?
you a shoe dude?
They think
Have
you're a
you moved
fucking
into this
alien.
realm? Oh
Am I
yeah,
a
you're
shoe
gonna
dude?
look insane. You're wearing a fancy piece of clothing.
They got
They're
loincloths.
naked. They got
Yeah.
loincloths on,
And feathers.
and they got
I'm like-
arrows they made from branches. Like
Yeah.
they don't know. And you got a camera.
This is
That
not jungle to jungle. You
devil
cannot
shit.
go and
That's
find
right.
Mimi Siku in the fucking damn jungle and
You're a
blow darts and
sorcerer,
shit.
bro. You can take my soul from me,
Yeah.
and put it into this thing you're showing me. Of course, they killed that.
So
man.
you took arrows to the chest and everywhere else.
and that was probably a shitty ass way to die because they probably fucked with him first.
Yeah.
They
I just
were
remember seeing a lot of people being like upset about it, and it's like, what do you expect, dude? Like,
how could you be upset?
it's because like he was a Christian and he was trying to like
it was
spread
a
the gospel or
mission
whatever. So
thing?
yeah, a bunch of people were like, "Oh, he was trying to do the good Lord's work." Well, the good Lord, he got to meet the good Lord after that. So that's
maybe this was the Lord's plan.
maybe that's what he wanted.
Maybe
That shit.
Jeremiah is no longer with us.
God, that probably was that dude's name. It probably was.
It
Jeremiah.
probably was.
No
It was
offense to any
definitely a
Jeremiahs
biblical
out there,
name, yeah. Well, a lot of
or
ours-
anything close to Jeremiah, because a lot of names are similar to
Joshua, Jeremiah, Daniel.
that. Biblical names suck, and I have one.
They're all
so,
generic. You do.
Yeah, it is. I have 3 first names.
Mine was just the most popular in the time I was born.
Yeah, mine was one of them.
Yeah.
Look at the top like 5 or 10 guy names of the 90s. I guarantee you Josh is in there.
Mine's
like
in the
top
80s.
5.
And Corey, dude, I went to school if you could go in the
Boy Meets World,
courtyard-
of course.
Dude, you could go in the courtyard and yell Corey.
So many people turn
And
around.
so many people would just turn around. It was so fucking funny because we did it. It was like a gag. It's so funny.
The other day,
I knew 5 personally.
yeah, I was cutting a guy whose name was Josh. Dalton was cutting a guy whose name was Josh. And I think there was another Josh in the shop as well. Yes, dude. Oh my God. Every week, Dalton cuts the same person whose name also happens to be Josh. And
course.
every time he comes in and he's like, "Hey, what's up, Josh? You can come on back." I always look up. I'm like, "What? What's going on?" And then he's like, "Bro, this is weekly. Like this."
It'll always get you.
Yeah,
though.
but it's my name, bro.
I'm
Yeah,
predetermined to say what.
Very, very used to that over life. I had a teacher that called. We had another Josh, and it was just Josh 1 and Josh 2. And I was like, well, I don't like that, but I guess I'll take it.
I mean, I guess
'cause I was the
the
second one.
last initial.
It was because of the last initial. His was Q and mine's R. Like, they're right by each other anyways, but yeah.
Josh Q, Josh R. Mm-hmm. Oh. Well, no, yours would have come first then.
QRS.
QRS? Oh,
TV.
shit. Damn. That's
Yeah.
right. So you were Josh too. Mm-hmm. Damn.
Yeah, just
No
lame.
matter which way. Yeah.
Yep.
Damn.
Yep.
That's so fucking funny, dude. Fucking kid's name. My last name was Fisher, so I got it from
Yeah.
all the is that even still a thing? Do your kids do their name like Ray?
I don't think that's what they get
How could you make
bullied
fun of
for.
Ray,
I
though?
definitely know kids
Ray
are still
of
getting
sunshine.
bullied, but
Well, they definitely still get bullied. I'm just saying,
I
is
don't
it
know
something
if
as
it's-
simple as your last name now?
if your last name is a certain thing, we had
crazy ass
We
last
had
name.
these kids' last name was Moncrief in school, and people made
Moncrief.
it. Yeah, that's
Yep.
exactly where people went.
Of course.
every time, and they were like, "Oh, I've never heard that before." Well, you're not going to stop hearing it either.
Oh, dude, yeah, mine was Fisherman. That was the
yeah.
go-to. Fisherman. It's
Yep.
like you're all stupid.
I got made fun of for how I said my name. I had a stutter really bad, which I'm very surprised has not acted up during this. I used to talk very, very, very fast, and I learned to slow that down and to not stutter as much.
So
But-
the speech came from trying to get the words out too
I
quickly.
guess, yeah, my mouth just worked faster than my brain. I can still talk really fast, but between people telling me I should grow up and rap, because I talk quick, like, bro, I ain't got bars, I can't think of shit. Like,
You have to be able to put it together and make
Yeah.
it coherent, not just speak it really fast.
yes, and like, okay, so as I said earlier, I can't visualize anything with my brain. It's just like straight up blackness. It's called aphantasia.
There's a name for it.
Yeah.
Yo, that's insane.
Only discovered like 15 years ago ish, like kind of new, but it's
It blows my fucking mind. So, like, yeah, we were talking about you can't visualize something. Dude, that's
anything
fucking nuts.
Like, if I close my eyes and try and think like 2 + 2, I can't do math in my head most of the time. If it's like simple math that I just like know
sure,
based
because
off
you know
memory,
the answer. Yeah.
but I
'Cause
can't
you've
like see
repeated
it.
it so much. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I only learned about this some months ago. Thanks Kyle for telling me that my
Ruining
brain
it, that
works
people-
even less good than I thought it did. Oh man.
Because there are people like me, I visualize everything.
Yeah,
I can see
that's most
everything.
people.
That's how we talked about this table. That's right.
That's
Fuck.
most people. Most people can visualize stuff, and like now that I know about it, I talk about it all the time. My my coworkers hate it just because it's like,
The inner monologue one kills me too. People
yeah, that
don't
one
have that.
Yeah, I didn't know that either. I did not know that. There's a lot of realizations that I've had about just like brains and how brains work differently.
How do you not have that though? Like I'm tripping that there's no you can't visualize. Like how can you not? To me, it goes because that's all I do.
Mm-hmm.
I think, well, how can you not just think, oh, if this umbrella was like this, then it would be X, Y, Z, and blah blah blah. And I can visualize. Boom! I can put that
Yeah.
in my head. And maybe that's why I have like, dude, I have like a whole book of inventions that I just don't invent. I'll see something and be like, this would be cool.
Like guided meditations when they're like, all right, now imagine you're in like a peaceful like meadow and field and shit. No, I never have been able to. I thought that was bullshit. Like even from like a kid, whenever like people would just like say that in like school or whatever.
But you can see somewhere you've been, surely.
Not
like if
really.
Someone's like a country yard, you can see your front yard. Oh, that's fucking
I cannot even visualize my wife's face. It's insane, yeah. There's like levels to it though. Like there's like a picture that I have and that I can find.
Whoa. Dude, that's nutty.
Yeah. There's like
because people would tell me about like, oh, I forgot this person's voice. Like someone will die.
Yeah.
And like, oh, I forgot their voice. And I'm like, really? Because like that's weird. Because like, but then I was thinking about like, well, I'm like really into audio, so maybe
it's like if I ask you to like visualize a horse and there's like nothing kind of an outline, and like some people can.
So they've done tests as to what they view.
Kind of.
So it's like this one's more like a toy, like a toy horse.
There's other examples that are just like more fuzzy and less fuzzy.
Shape of a hoist.
This one was the one that like I found before that like more people are like, okay, yeah.
That's like, more accurate.
Yeah, I've talked to other people and they're like, yeah, I can visualize stuff, but it's like kind of blurry and fuzzy. And then other people are like, no, it's crystal clear. And I'm like, well, shit, mine is nothing.
Wild, dude.
Mm-hmm. But my memory is both very, very, very good and very, very, very bad.
But you do have an inner monologue, so you can
all
sit
the
there
time.
and conversate
Does not
with yourself.
stop.
Okay,
it has been going this whole podcast.
Yeah, same.
About other things.
Yep. Oh, dude, I'll be playing a fucking concert in front of hundreds of people and be like, you know, I do need to do the dishes when I get home. Mid fucking breakdown, just you know, singing. I can be singing a part, playing guitar,
it's nonstop.
Screaming in the microphone and be like, fuck, man, I forgot to feed the dog this morning. God damn it.
Has yours ever like turned off?
No.
Like ever? Okay.
Bro,
dude.
I will go to sleep thinking and I will wake up in the same thought. Like,
I've done that before, but I had like 2 days.
My dreams are hella vivid too.
That's another point. I had like 2 days where my brain was like off, is what I was calling it. I was like, oh, my brain's off. Like there's no internal monologue. There's no like voice in there going, like none of that. And then Chris Gilly decided to bring up either a person or a situation. I can't remember exactly which one, but like triggered a thought in my head and I was like,
there it is.
It's back and it has not stopped again since. I got 48 hours of peace.
Hours of peace. I always tell people the most peaceful thing I'll ever experience will be death.
Yeah, me too.
Because the monologue will stop.
Dreaming. Okay, so I started taking Prozac, as I said.
Like hella vivid colors and shit.
It intensifies your like dreams and supposedly your nightmares too. But I did not dream before, like at all. I would dream like maybe 5 times a year, and like 5 or 6 times in the last month.
See, I dream constantly, but I didn't know that you don't pick your dreams. Most people.
I lucid dream every time I dream.
I pick my dreams.
Yeah.
Like I'm 100%. I go to bed thinking what I want to dream about, and then that's just. So I don't know that I've ever actually been to sleep.
But are you controlling your dreams while you're dreaming? Okay, cool.
Because if something's going some way I don't want it to, I'll change it up for sure.
I don't ever pick my dream, but it's like as soon as I realize that I'm dreaming, well, like everybody's always like, no, you do dream a lot, you just don't remember them. I was remembering no dreams, but like whenever I do have dreams that I remember, I'll just be somewhere. I'm like, yo, shit, I'm dreaming sick. And dead ass, I just jump up and start flying around wherever the fuck I am, like a superhero. Yep. And then I wake up before I like land. My whole dream is just me flying around the city. It's kind of tight.
Do you know who Mitch Hedberg is? The stand-up comedian. Mm-mm. He's been gone for a long time, so you might not. He died probably.
I might if I saw a picture. See, that's part of the visualizing thing. Yeah. I don't do.
Oh, right. So it'd be hard for you to recognize. So he has a joke about this. He goes, man, I fucking hate dreaming. Because like 1 minute I'm in bed with Cindy Crawford. That's how old this joke is. Mm-hmm. Like Cindy Crawford is the girl you're in bed with, supermodel. And the next minute I'm having to build a go-kart with my ex-landlord.
Oh, man. Like, dude, I never made my wife made the connection for me the other day. We were watching one of the Home Alones. And she was like, yeah, it's crazy that's the lady off of Schitt's Creek. And I was like, what you mean that's the lady off of Schitt's Creek? She's like, Macaulay Culkin's mom is like Myra Rose. And I was like, it is. Because, like, I also don't have to relive past traumas, though, because I can't visualize them.
Oh, fair.
Like, I remember
Kinda helps
them, and
with
I
that
can remember them
stress.
very, very vividly. Like, I remember the exact outfit my wife was wearing the first time I ever saw her, but I cannot visualize the outfit.
Yo, that's intent. That's insane. What the fuck?
I remember, like, details really well and stuff like that.
So, like, you can say, yo, it was blue. It had this lacy thing on the side. It had this
White shirt,
inlay.
Susan G. Coleman cancer, like breast cancer
Okay.
shirt with like
Was
little
it at a race?
green
Real
ribbon.
at a race?
No, she was walking down her hallway. I was with somebody else, and we were like picking
okay.
her up or whatever. Yeah,
But just can't see it.
cannot
you can
see it.
Speak it. You
I
just
can
can't
speak.
see it.
I
That
might
is
could draw this shirt, but I can't see it.
Huh?
I thought it was either pink or white.
It was white, but it had like green and pink on it. Yeah.
Interesting, dude. That is a wild fucking concept. You just blew my fucking mind. Go for it.
Yeah,
How long
no.
have we been going?
I'm an hour and a half, almost 2 hours.
148.9.
148.9, so almost 2 hours. I knew,
The only door.
the only door, the one on the right. Well, there's two doors. There's three doors technically. Yeah, we're stupid.
3 doors down.
3 doors down. It's 1 door down. First door on the right. Gotta take a pee. Time for the Kurt and Corey segment.
Time for Colonel Lunsford takes a selfie.
Don't be doing
on
that shit. Oh, okay,
Josh's phone.
that's kind of funny actually. You've been doing that shit to my phone.
I've been doing that shit to his phone. Long
Yo,
I've been doing it to your phone.
pro tip: if you ever give Kurt to take your photo at a concert of your phone, there will be 1 photo of you and 17 of him. He'll go, wait, hold on, I didn't get it, and he's flipping the camera around and just doing this, and it's very funny.
How's it going, Corey?
It's going. I love it.
Having a good time?
I'm having a great fucking time. I had to open another beer.
Hell yeah!
I thought
Would
we
you
were
have
on
2
hour
White Claws?
3. I did.
Yeah,
I couldn't find the White Claw though, so
it's all in the.
I was trying to do it sneakily. I was trying to just be like,
yeah.
I just felt a can.
So the
and
other
grabbed it.
camera behind you doesn't catch you. I don't know if you guys can see these, but we got,
Surely they can. Christmas lights. It's festive
Christmas
in here.
lights. Yeah.
We got a knitted chunk from the Goonies. And
You guys excited about Christmas? Comment below what present you're going to give Crashcast this year if you're excited about Christmas.
I want to be into the holidays because Kaylee is just super duper into the holidays.
Yeah.
I just, man, it gets harder and harder every year to give any kind
The
of
more
shit.
you lose family, the harder it gets. That's for me because, like, Christmas was a huge thing for our family because my grandfather was like Santa.
Right.
And ever since he's
right.
passed away, it's
Yeah.
never been the same.
Well, even going to like my grandma's house, once the senility started to go, like the consciousness started
Yeah.
to slip, it just kind of was like,
And back to our regularly scheduled
okay.
program.
Yeah.
Josh Ray.
Formerly of a K.
what other things do
Hey,
you do?
oh my god,
For me of what?
Achaia. I was in the band Achaia.
You were in Achaia?
Yeah, dude.
Wait
There
a
was
minute.
like name somebody in
Because
Arkansas that was
I
not
played
in
with
Achaia.
Achaia 1,000 fucking times.
I only played one show with them at
course.
Soundstage. It was like one of their first shows. I have a picture of me and Jordan Finch from like forever ago standing there.
I was in Annabelle at the time.
probably.
Yeah. No, it had to be. The first version. Not even the later version. There was a first version
Yeah.
that was it was like a guitarist and a vocalist and me. We were trying that whole 3-piece thing out, but we didn't have the wherewithal to like, we need bass.
Yo,
Like, we need the low
3-piece,
end.
Tiny Moving Parts. Such a good band. Sorry.
Is that a big band?
kind of, I
local to
guess. No.
Oh, okay.
Not Tiny Towns, Tiny Moving Parts, but
Everybody is local to somewhere, but
That's
where
true.
does it stop?
How do we make Tiny Town's the biggest band in the world?
Because, hey, we had that
they just need to
conversation.
keep playing
They
shows
just gotta
and
keep
tour.
playing. Yeah.
If they tour, they're going to blow the fuck up.
Tour would
Them
do them
and
a lot
Salon
of good.
Blonde.
Tour, and honestly, dude, I still feel like there's a spot for the live stream. If you do it creatively enough,
Mm-hmm.
I still think that's a very viable source of getting your shit across wide ass spanses, especially after a tour, like an end of the year Christmas. Dude,
Tiny Town's
E-Tid was doing it. E-Tid was doing it
Oh, I'm so down.
years before the pandemic. They did their
Yeah.
yearly Christmas event and they live streamed their performances for years. That's still very doable. And now it's open to
Yeah.
anyone who wants to try because they're done. So like their whole audience is open for there's an audience for this.
Capitalizing on just like how we did not have shows for so long.
It was wild, bro.
Because that's a lot of what
We did
shows
two-
are still packed right now.
We did 2 live streams, and both of them did very well.
Yeah.
And I can't.
People realize how much they missed it. I
can't
I was
think-
stating it from the rip. I was like, "Yo, what the fuck?" Because I know.
I think more
so many of my
bands
friends
should have
from
taken
that.
advantage of it because, we were seeing great success from it. I mean, on a worldwide
Mm-hmm.
scale, like literally people from all over the fucking globe watching.
Yeah.
Just because it got
I'm
to
lit.
them somehow.
Yeah.
You know? Wild.
Yeah. Yeah.
We had that video pop off right before all the shit shut down, and that helped. But also, you never know who's in the fucking room. But
That's true.
We had a friend of mine. They had a watch party for it. The one we did at Vino's, not the one at Wolfman, but the bigger one we did with the Vino's with the camera crew and all this
Yeah.
shit. They had like 15 people in their fucking house.
Damn.
And so to us, that number was 1 because they only bought 1 ticket. You never know. That's what I'm talking
There were a lot
about.
of people that bought multiple tickets though because they knew
Right.
they were going to be like watching them. So, like they were still
With
like,
people. They
didn't
were,
wanna fuck these
yeah.
guys over. The big thing with that though was merch bundles.
Merch bundles did really well. Like but I'm saying like at least once a year, especially a band like Tiny Towns, if they toured, say they toured all summer, like they took a 3 months off and they just fucking hit it.
Yeah.
And then at the end of the year, they were like, we're going to do a Christmas live stream with some friends. And they made, you don't have to do skits, but like skits is a great one. And like did interludes in between bands and made it a whole event. Yeah, you're going to come out of pocket for it. But I think you could garner an insane amount of attention and one time.
Economy too, though, you can do a show and also live stream it.
That's
You
true.
know what I mean?
I mean, dude,
Because
phones.
before it just had to be
If you have 5G on your phone, it's more than capable. Our live stream was done from an iPhone 12.
Yeah.
Like, for an hour, it streamed continuously.
Yeah.
4 fucking cameras going from an iPhone. Like, it can be done.
Arkansas bands a lot of times like close themselves into Arkansas almost, I feel like.
Yeah, I'm guilty of that.
Yeah, I'm not in a band. Like I have
sure.
been before, not for very long, but like, I've been going to shows for a long ass time. Have a lot of friends in bands.
I also think it depends on what you want from it.
Yes,
like,
what are your goals?
About, like, at what point you stop being a local band.
Like, that's the thing.
Termination is definitely not a local band anymore. I don't consider them a local band anymore.
I mean, I feel like they're local.
Like they are, but they're not.
To the place. It's like,
Yes.
But here's my thing with that. Like, they're local to an area. Everyone is.
Yeah.
But that's just, it becomes your hometown. Like Johnny Cash. Well, he's not an Arkansas
Yeah, no, for
local.
sure,
He's
but
just
he
an
is.
Arkansas
We had this
native. Yeah,
conversation
but
in
he
Barbershop
is.
the other day.
But he is. But
I was
he's
like,
one
yo,
of the
Evanescence is
biggest
a local
musicians
band, bitch.
of all time.
Yeah,
He has a fucking museum.
yeah.
And
Right.
it's not in Arkansas.
Right.
You know, it's in a
You know,
whole
he's
nother
from
fucking, that's how
Arkansas.
big he got.
Yeah.
He has,
Neo. Sorry.
so, but,
Neo,
you know, he was here till he was, mid 20s until he got out and just started doing music
Yeah.
and shit and started touring forever and moved out of Arkansas.
Once you're getting hit up, I think, in my opinion, to like
Once the attention's
go do shit, like you're getting hit up to come
You're
like
being asked?
play like
Yeah.
festivals and like shows and shit. That's when you're not really like you've kind of made it past the local band stage.
there's a hump.
Yeah.
I feel like, once you're being asked to come play, we did that in my Insta War the first time around. Towards the end, we were being actually hit up. And I'm
Yeah.
like, wow, this is different. You know, when you're not having to send the email, holy shit. Whoa, that's a good feeling. Yep, that's a great indicator to,
Yeah. Like a lot of bands.
because that's definitely
will-
the shift.
Yes. A
'Cause
lot
now
of
your
bands will
name's
do
in the
really
circle.
well here, which is great, but it's like, I'm not even gonna lie. I could think that like part of a band sucks. Like I could think that they're like vocalist or something sucks. But if I have a friend that's in that band,
Yeah.
I'm probably still gonna support them a lot.
Absolutely.
Unless somebody in
dude.
that band's just a shithead.
I've said that 1,000 times. Like, if your band fucking dog shit,
Yeah.
but you're all cool, I'm coming.
I'm still
the
gonna come to your
fucking show.
shows at least.
And I'm still going to hang out, and I'm still going to have a good time watching you play, because if you're having a good time,
Right.
I'm having a good time. 'Cause
Energy's
at the
a
end
lot,
of the
like we
day,
talked
that's
about.
all that really fucking matters. But if you're super duper, and I've known people, I've been friends with people, it's like, yeah, you're fucking talented as fuck, but you suck, dude.
yeah.
You're so
Then I
fucking
don't even
mean.
support it
like,
after that,
Yeah,
but-
and I just don't go, and no one else does either. Like, I feel like it translates in ways we don't understand.
Yeah.
You know?
But a
Like,
lot of-
for real.
I have a question for Josh.
Yeah.
What's good?
Well, you listen to a lot of music, a lot of different types of music. and shit like
Lots of
that.
different types of music.
But you also, like, when you find something good that you like, you tell everybody.
I share the shit out of it. Yeah.
What does it take to get your attention?
That's a
Man.
good question.
Okay, so like the best like music wise, like just the music itself, or like
I mean,
What's
like,
it take to
because
get
there's
Josh
different
Ray
answers.
sharing
There's different
some
answers.
shit?
Like if
you
I'm
knew nothing about, and then they came across your radar, and now you're obsessed with them.
Koyo or Koyo, however you want to pronounce it, such a fucking good band.
So like, how
God
did
damn,
how did they get your attention?
that shit made me want to move. That shit did like it.
To a different state?
If music, no, like if music just like even
Move. Oh,
like it just needs to be, and that's like when I saw Tiny Towns the first time. It was a show, Tiny
it's happened.
Towns.
well, if you see
I
them
remember
live
who
for the
else
first time,
played.
you're a fan for life.
Yeah, I don't remember
care.
who
I
else
remember telling
played.
you would love them.
It might have been Any Given Room. I don't know if it was Salon Blonde or not.
Oh,
It might
it was
have been
probably
Salon
that
Blonde.
Lilac.
Gold show?
Oh,
Maybe it was the Go for Gold show at Vino's.
Yeah.
Yes, that was my
Oh, that
first
was the one
time
I
seeing
missed.
Tiny Towns, and like I heard that they were super good. But like I've gotten now to where I actually don't like listening to like newer local bands before I see them because it's always a
them live
completely
first.
different experience
it
seeing
is
them.
for sure. Well, recordings have become insane,
Bro,
Yeah.
Tiny Towns that I like the whole time I was like, ooh, okay, okay, yeah, that's
yeah, for
vibey.
sure.
Yeah, I was just
Yeah.
vibing with it. So like, if music makes me want to like move around and vibe, even if I'm just listening to it like in my truck,
And it's the person, right? Like we just watched them do Turnstile at the cover show, and
and it was
fucking,
so good.
They were electrifying. I was
I want to
as
say
far as I'm
best set of the
concerned, I've
night.
seen Turnstile.
That's
Man.
what, that's what I was telling
you know?
people. I was like, yo, I felt like I watched Turnstile, dude.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I wanted. Oh man, I want to say that was the best set of the night, but like I don't want to.
Dude, honestly, I think
anybody
they all
else.
did equals. I put everything the same. I think every band crushed.
Personally, that
Unbelievable.
Tiny Town set and an Any Given Room set was fucking
well, Paramore just goes
fantastic.
off, bro.
Yeah, the other ones were also good. Not,
And the fact
not,
that
not to say that
6'3"
anybody wasn't good,
Dylan
but
dressed up like fucking
Dude.
5'2" Haley from Paramore, dude.
so I ran outside to run around because Christian Hill, who's in that band, super good buddy of mine. I was gonna tell
Shout
him
out Christian
something.
Hill.
Yeah, I love that dude.
man's a golden star.
Swear to God, if you were not his friend, then that's your loss because that dude
really is.
fucking is amazing. But I was running around to like tell him something, I think, and I saw
saw
Dylan
him.
standing outside. I was like, "Yo,
I made him stand outside. He was coming to come in to set
Yeah.
up. I was like, fucking no. Absolutely
Yeah.
not. Stay here.
dude!" Not being able to visualize shit,
Yes.
I was like, "I'm 99% sure he's dressed like Haley Williams in the Misery Business video." Oh shit! So I run back inside, and like I find Jenna and like my wife, and I knew that Jenna would know. I was like, "Yo, tell me the outfit that Haley wore in that video," and she did. I was like, "That boy dressed like that. I was like, this is gonna be fun." Oh
he
shit!
nailed it, too,
Yes, dude. There was one part of their set where he actually held the mic out, and I took that bitch for a solid like 3 seconds, and nobody that I was with saw that. And I'm bummed
Wasn't
out
it
about
the-
it. That's why I wanted more videos. Yes.
Wasn't it that? That's what you get.
Yeah,
when
I
you
think
let
so.
your
And then,
heart
hey,
win.
but that one clip was gold though. That shit was good. It's because I knew. I've known Kurt for so long, and like I've been following Kurt's like photography since
sure.
the goddamn beginning. Basically, yo,
Shout
I tell him
out.
this all the time. You used to suck, but you were so fucking good now.
I-
so good.
Awful, but I kept doing it.
He's
Yes.
my second favorite
That's the
photographer of
thing.
all time. And I'm
Consistency.
not just saying that because he's my friend. I mean that.
I used to not
legitimately. I
like
tell
him
it
for
to
like
his face.
a period of time, and I was still like, "Yo, Kurt's a
But
fucking bomb
to be
photographer."
fair, he's my second favorite photographer of all time. He's my first working photographer. 'Cause
Yeah.
the guy I love the most
Dude.
doesn't work anymore.
Who's that?
His name's Ryan Russell. So
Did he go by something?
No.
Okay.
So you know those Paramore album covers, the early ones.
Yeah.
he did those.
Oh, okay.
Every photo shoot of Maylene or Under Oath you ever saw, that was him. Like every AP cover.
Because
for
there was
like a
that big
decade.
scene kid, like I don't want to say scene kid, snake bite photography.
Snake bite
Did a
photography.
ton of like the
He
like
did-
scene
he did the
days of
scene
like
days.
every
Yes.
band.
At him in the
Those
dark.
are one of those right place, right time. Like you just have the access.
Yes. So the
Yeah.
Snakebite guy and Ryan Russell were definitely of that exact era.
Yeah,
they
that's what I
were
was
both
thinking.
ripping
Oh, yeah,
shit
I
at the
was
same
teaching
time.
at the time and all that shit.
Yeah,
Yeah, you were very
So,
young,
I like didn't
The
have
dr-
the ability to go do any of that shit.
but you were
The
fucking
Maylene
doing
2
this shit now.
album
It's tight.
cover, or every Maylene album, that's him. He did
Yeah.
all that work. He
Shout
even
out
did
OG
like,
Under Oath.
he even did like the concepts for it that they copied into the music videos. Like that was all his doing. Like the Paramore album with the split butterfly with
Yeah.
the eagles in it.
That's when I
him.
stopped
Like,
really
he did
liking them
that.
as much, but it's okay.
Well,
They still
I
had
love
good
that
music,
album.
but the Riot album to me, like front to end, was
it's
such
nonstop
a good
bangers.
one.
That's a platinum album.
Fuse TV. Please tell me you remember Fuse TV.
Absolutely.
Oh my
dude.
god,
You know that
dude.
was Canadian?
Really?
That's why we
I
got that. It
found
was from Canadian.
so much fucking like because
I only know that because I met a Canadian recently.
That's
Shout out
awesome.
Sasha.
Videos as like MTV was like, we got
Yes.
ridiculous.
Yes,
I think that's why they got popular was because MTV
it
was like,
was.
we're only
It was because that
dumb
whole
shit.
channel was like music.
Yes.
but like, and that was
And then
like
it turned into
all of
much
us were
music.
teenagers.
It turned into much music.
So that was like the time that all of us were finding ourselves. But
yeah.
I was very sheltered as a kid. Like I didn't.
Well, you-
I got to grow up
you were raised
listening
in
to
the
like
country.
'90s country, like Shania Twain. Strawberry
Yo,
Wine.
shout out,
Strawberry
son.
Wine is one
Reba
of my favorite songs of all
McEntire.
time. Love me some
Ooh,
Reba.
nothing but bangers, Reba McEntire.
So like,
Please come to
I grew up
Arkansas.
on that, and then I found like Linkin Park when I was
course.
like
Hybrid Theory.
13 or 14.
All you damn Linkin
I found
Park kids.
POD
Yo,
because I was like a
same
big
thing.
Christian
Yo,
kid.
so straight up hated fucking Linkin Park. Hated them. Went to see Story of the Year, who I
That's
saw.
such a good band. Page
who
Avenue,
I
dog.
saw 1 year prior at Vino's.
Yeah.
And
on
then
the stage on this
by default got to see,
yeah, that's
they
tight.
did play on this stage actually.
I know. That's so fucking cool.
Biggest show in Vino's history.
Good Charlotte. Not Good Charlotte. Green Day. What the fuck?
Every day. Yeah. I mean, probably good Charlotte too, though.
Maybe.
But also watched Linkin Park live, bro. I was a fan ever since. I was
Yeah.
like, okay, they do this live. This is real. This is
I got
not
really
just
into that because,
bullshit.
like, at that point, like, I
crush.
grew up between Pine Bluff and Woodlawn, Arkansas. I spent most of my life in Pine Bluff, but like, you go from like very like
Did you hear his
hood
accent
area.
just come out unbelievable just
I
then?
got like two different accents that mix together. It's like hood and country.
Yeah,
and if
it
I
came
get
out
angry,
unbelievable.
he's heard my accent be like deep. I'm sure. If I get mad, it gets like mad deep. But
I love noticing that stuff as I get older.
Yeah.
Like I do it too, and I notice it in myself. So like I love hearing people talk now, and like when it shifts, you're like, whoa,
Yep.
there's that Midwest shit,
Yeah.
or there's that Southern shit.
dude, it's bad when I say certain words, like the word
Word.
word. Shit, country as hell. But yeah, I got into like Linkin Park because it was like, yo, that's some hip hop mixed with some other shit. New metal was cool as fuck. I didn't know it was new metal at the time.
Shit.
But then I got into like
Korn,
POD,
Limp Bizkit, yeah. Oh,
a
yeah.
little bit of Korn, and then AFI fucked me up with that December Underground album.
the one that
was my
changed you?
yeah,
Yeah.
that was my first like introduction into I guess like heavier music because
Mine
like
was-
December Underground is still not a heavy album.
Mine was like Ludacris and Living Sacrifice and
Yeah.
Sayo and shit.
Yeah, mine was fucking AFI. Ain't that lame? But like, if you go back,
mean,
like
it
I fell
takes
in
one.
love with December
You know what's
Underground.
wild though is even if you start up here at AFI,
Yeah.
because they were big as shit.
They were so big at that time, and then I went
Huge.
back and listened to their older stuff, and I was like, "What is this?"
So, but
Same
then you
band.
trickle down. But hey, here's what's funny: people that stay in it, have you noticed? Like you stay in it, you don't go more AFI.
No.
you just get progressively heavier and
Yeah.
heavier and
Heavier,
until it's
yeah.
the most ignorant shit you've ever heard, and then that's when you see a lot of kids balance out and they're like, I can't do this anymore, and
Yeah.
then they go play like country.
Yeah. I got to a point in like the 2010s where I was, if it was not heavy as fuck, and also probably like that 2010s like MySpace
Like
metalcore.
one long breakdown.
Yeah, I was not fucking with it at all. I still fucked with Silverstein though because that shit was hard.
Were you an Attack
but, like,
Attack fan? Like just solid
Man,
breakdown.
for
I
like
was
a
guilty
little bit,
pleasure, bro.
yeah, for
Guilty
like a
pleasure.
little bit. I'm
they
not
are
even
the
gonna lie.
Transformers
Yeah.
of emo rock, dude.
Stickly actually straight up. There's like videos on YouTube that I've watched how like Stickly changed like so much of like.
Well, that's
that
what
it's
made-
crazy.
The producer, what's his fuck? God damn.
Joey Sturgis.
Joey Sturgis. That's what made him. He
Yep.
made that shit on a laptop. No one thought it could be done.
And then he became the producer of all those bands like that.
Dude,
Miss
that
May,
guitar tone was made in a fucking box.
Yeah.
With a GIO Ibanez. What the fuck?
Yeah.
You can't get that from that. He could.
Yep,
He
that shit
figured it
was
out
crazy.
in his friend's mom's garage. Get the
Yeah.
fuck out of here.
People blow my mind because I
That's
can't
so
do that
cool.
shit.
That's what I'm saying. One kid came along, just like what we were talking about earlier. One fucking kid, nerdy as fuck looking
Mm-hmm.
dude. And now he lives in a cabin in Montana away from everyone because he's so strange, but he just saw something different and went, why don't we just do this? And made that, and then boom, changed the whole game.
Yeah.
He literally revolutionized all the shit we're doing.
Music is fucking crazy
Isn't that wild?
if you think about it.
Oh, it's the most
Like
crazy.
because
That's
there's
why I
like
love it
certain
so
people
much.
out there. It's like he was asking what like makes me like something. I don't know. I feel like I've gotten asked that a decent amount of times.
I feel like you have a good radar for the output.
yeah, I have a decent ear for things.
Like the human aspect of the output, you know?
Yeah,
Like,
it's
I feel
just
like
like
you
with
connect to
photography. I
shit.
have like a decent eye
connect
for
to stuff.
like
Well, yeah,
creative things, but I have trouble like actually.
There's a
doing it myself.
passion in it though. Like when you look at a Kurt Lunsford photo, you understand somebody who gives a fuck took this
Yeah.
picture. It's
I can
not
tell
just
it's what it
another
is, too.
photo.
I've got hell of his
Also,
pictures in
he
my
has,
house.
you know, he created his own style, all that stuff. But that just comes along with like playing. Like you listen to me play the drums now. At a certain point, it's like, well, clearly I know who's drumming.
Yeah.
You know, I'm the only guy doing it like that. Like
Yeah.
my one friend the other day, we were bullshitting. He goes, "Dude, you do those didacas like nobody else." I was like, "That's because it's a swing beat to me."
Yeah.
Even it's not, but I swing it. I
Right.
make it a swing beat. This is all nerdy ass shit, but
Yeah, I don't understand anything music related. I just be singing and screaming, but it's
See?
okay. Yeah.
But that's what I'm like. I like to break that stuff down where it's like, why? But why is it something that
I grew up listening to 90s country and like R&B shit, so I
Same.
always grew up like singing.
Boys to Men?
Yes,
even
Boys to
Bone Thugs
Men,
and Harmony.
All for One, Bone
Remember when
Thugs, Prom
hardcore
McKnight.
gangster rap was basically R&B,
Yeah.
but with
Oh my
wild
god. Now
ass
it's
lyrics?
fucking goddamn drill music. I love drill music, by the way. I listen to literally like everything except for like I don't like sleepy music very much. I don't even know how to like.
What is that?
I don't even know, dude. Like we'll be in the shop
sad
sometimes,
shit?
and not even necessarily sad. It's just like we'll be in the shop sometimes, and the playlist will be rocking, and then out of nowhere it's like
Balance composure.
kind of maybe, but even like anything that makes me want to like move a little bit that has just a little bit of energy in it
Sure.
is good with me. But once it gets to where I'm like, I kind of just want to like lay down and take a nap. Like it's not bad, but it like almost like calms me too much
That's
where I feel like I
interesting.
can't work.
Oh, yeah. So it's not that it's bad. It's just not.
And I need to. I'm very bad about like even stating that because if we're listening to something in the shop and I'm not vibing with it, I'll be like, "Yo, this fucking sucks," and everybody's like, "Bro, what?" And I'm like, my bad. I didn't mean it like that. What I mean is, we need to turn this shit.
What I mean is,
off.
this fucking sucks.
This shit is putting me to sleep.
That's funny.
Yeah, it's a fun time. Music is amazing. Tiny Towns needs to tour more. They need to take Salon Blonde on tour and go from like
be sick.
Arkansas, Memphis.
Do the 5. Do the surrounding 5. Just work in
goddamn.
circles.
See, I want them to go like all the way down to Florida, and then like I want them to do like a tour.
Florida's so hard.
I know I got hella homies in Florida. We'll make it happen.
Yeah. Well,
Hella homies in Florida. We'll make it happen.
You should, because that's a
can do it.
hard place to get into.
I bet we could
'Cause
get
they
them a
have
show in
so much.
Atlanta, bro. I know so many people. I mean, I don't know.
I feel like they
Luke
would,
Cave.
I feel like they would do amazing.
I know you
in
only
Nashville.
really be booking hardcore shows, but book Tiny Towns and Salon Blonde to come
On a
and play in
hardcore
Atlanta,
show.
dude.
They'll
Put them on a
kill.
hardcore show.
Yeah.
And Coolio, as I said, like one of my favorite bands
Dude,
right
they
now.
just covered a hardcore band and did
Yeah.
swimmingly.
Yeah, that turnstile fucking dude. That band is genius. That's another different topic though. But like Coolio, it's like almost a hardcore super group from like other bands, Typecast, Regulate, some other stuff.
I've heard of them.
And they were like, "Yo, we're gonna kind of." They consider themselves a hardcore band, but they're from Long Island. But it's like,
Hardcore's getting to that weird point metal got to where you need a bunch of subgenres now.
yeah.
There's too many.
A lot of people
Hardcore
consider
acts.
Coolio like pop punk, but it's like
exactly.
hardcore adjacent
Yeah.
pop punk. That
So we
shit
need new
is so
terms,
fucking
we
good.
gotta- yeah.
But they've
Dude,
been
people
on
are loving it.
Dude, I could pull up like 5 fests right now that are like almost strictly hardcore metal fest, and they're on like a bunch of them.
Well, yeah.
Anxious is just like
All
that
the
too.
hardcore kids are
Fiddlehead.
35.
Fiddlehead, dude. Fiddlehead is rules. If y'all haven't listened to Fiddlehead, listen to Fiddlehead.
You
That
know,
band
when you get older
slaps.
and you're happy that music that you like gets a little bit lighter. You know,
I'm in that stage of my life. I listen
Of course
like
you are.
my Spotify shit was like Dreamo was one of my like top genres, and I was like, I don't even know what the fuck that is.
See, I don't. You just said a word I've never heard in my life.
Yeah.
Dreamo.
Yeah, it was one of them. Because like Anxious, like a lot of the shit that I listen to, I guess, is like emo. I don't know.
Sure,
but like
whatever it is, emo
it's
just
fucking
means
good.
emotional. So I
Yeah,
don't know
that's
what
all that means.
Isn't all music emo?
Me and Noodle had that conversation not that long ago. God damn.
I mean, I guess not all.
like,
music,
bro,
some
Rascal
music-
Flatts is emo as fuck. Because what
Oh.
hurts the most?
Emo-tree, bro.
oh my God.
I don't know how you would say country emo, but
I don't want to
it's-
try.
dude,
I try
that
to think of it,
whole-
and it doesn't sound
I'm
good.
a massive fan of like the '90s shit, like fucking.
Yeah,
Garth
that's what I grew
Brooks,
up on, dude.
Brooks
Like-
like Dunn,
Thunder Rolls. Yeah. I grew up on all that shit.
all that shit.
And if I want
love
to,
it so
I can
much.
sing it a lot. If there's like music going in the
Alan
shop,
Jackson.
I'm always doing it. Yeah.
Chattahoochee,
Jordan Finch
motherfucker?
used to call me a
kidding
baby
me?
Alan Jackson because I used to walk around singing Chattahoochee all the time.
Bro, Alan Jackson, dude, Dwight Yoakam,
Yeah.
get the fuck out of here. I was just watching
Fucking-
Four Christmases last night. He's the
Dude.
preacher in Four Christmases.
Yeah.
Shout out Dwight Yoakam.
That's the shit I grew up on. Because we like went to horse shows, so like I just rode with my grandpa. So we were listening to Kissin' back then, which is like it was during the '90s. So that's like what they play because Kissin' plays like the modern country shit, and then the Wolf.
And also, how
Plays, like,
come,
classic stuff.
How come like the classic lady country singers and like the '90s ones were so similar? They rip so fucking hard. You can put on any Reba McEntire song, and I will be top of my lungs singing, just like a Paramore song. Top of my lungs singing every fucking word.
I'll turn on
I love that shit
Shania
so much.
or
Shania
Cher.
Twain's the same way.
I turn on Cher a
Cher's
lot in the
great.
shop, which is not country, but the era, I guess.
It's adjacent. Yeah. It was when females were taken the fuck off. In
music
that.
rules. Fergie sucks. I'm gonna say that on the podcast because I've been getting like a lot of heat for that opinion in the barbershop lately. And just so y'all know,
we're just airing out all the barbershop.
Fergie sucks.
Let's do it.
He's like,
Dude.
you're not here to tell me I'm wrong.
That's right. Hey, I actually don't disagree.
I think
don't
Fergie
like
ruined Black Eyed
Fergie.
Peas. Like, have y'all ever heard Black Eyed Peas prior to Fergie?
Yeah.
So much better.
I'm sure I did.
So much
I don't
better.
know if I
I heard the
did.
story of the woman who was in Black Eyed Peas before Fergie did it.
I do not like Fergie. Fergalicious
fan.
not, dog. I
Yeah,
hate that
not.
shit. She did not make my London Bridge want to do anything but stay up. Somebody was like, but you know some of her songs because they're catchy, bro. She's a pop
catchy
artist.
Doesn't,
Like,
catchy
someone
doesn't
wrote
mean
that for her.
timeless or
First
good.
verse out of it,
Listen.
it's still a catchy track.
out of the Black Eyed Peas songs, yeah, it makes them better.
But catchy doesn't mean good. It just means catchy. It doesn't mean good or
she just
long lasting.
sang
or
most
quality.
of the time.
It
Like
just-
Will
there
I
you
Am or
go.
somebody else could have sang it, and it would have been just as like okay.
Bro, catchy beats.
Put
will
Gwen
catch you,
Stefani
but you're not
or
just gonna
Avril
listen to
Lavigne
beats.
up in Black Eyed Peas,
There
and
you
that
go.
shit's still
Yo,
better,
Avril
dog.
Lavigne
Whatever.
and Black Eyed Peas.
That should have been so much tighter.
The Body Double, yeah,
Body
Miranda.
double one, yeah, Miranda.
Yo, she's fucking
I
dead.
don't even know who that is, but what?
Oh,
she
she's
got a
dead.
body double that's
Bro?
dead, or
No,
Avril's dead.
Avril's dead.
Oh,
Bro?
so Miranda's married to Chad.
Listen, this
Are they
happens
still
all the
married?
time. This happens all the time. This one is the most convincing shit I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
There is nothing the same.
I'm so hard to convince of conspiracy theories.
Started parting her hair a different way. Like,
Dude, grew.
You talking about when she went from
as
like
a
red to
human.
blonde?
No. Hair is completely the handwriting, dude.
Handwriting's different and everything?
All of it.
Oh, shit.
Not one goddamn thing about this woman is the same,
Why
except
the
for mildly
fuck is
they
our
look
government
like each
keeping
other.
this hidden?
Dude, I don't know why, but this one I buy into 100%.
Like, she died like right when the album
When she was popping, yes, and so the record label,
Yo,
we're covering
what record
Yes.
label is she on? Was she on like Roadrunner or something? Probably
Them
not.
big labels, them big labels will
look
do
it
it.
up. I wanna-
They'll do it. There's been a rumor Paul McCartney died in the 60s. They were in the studio recording. He died in a car crash. That's what what's it's about. Eleanor Rigby. It's not about Eleanor Rigby. They made up a fake story. It's about Paul. No one was there. The preacher delivered a sermon to words that no one will hear. That's Paul McCartney's funeral because no one could know because Beatlemania was so big they were afraid that the whole world
Beatles also suck.
would just hey now.
Yeah, but back in
I don't like
the
any
day,
of that
have
shit.
your-
I ain't gonna lie.
Literally,
They're not married. Her and Chad Kroger divorced like 2 years after being married. That's sad.
It was Chad Kroger. Yeah, that's right.
Vocalist of Nickelback.
Nickelback.
Yo, somebody mentioned a Nickelback song the other day in the shop, and I just turned that
this
shit on.
graph.
I played like 8 Nickelback songs in a row just to.
They get a lot of hate.
that
It's-
teaser that was stupid heavy, and then
The song.
was like, ooh.
It's
All of us knew
bunk.
every word to every song that came on, so it's
Yeah,
like, can
absolutely.
we actually say it's
no,
bad?
you can't. You can because it is, but you can't.
But like,
because
is it?
it
Some of it
just-
kind of slapped. I'm not even gonna lie.
Again.
I said that, and it's on a recording.
It
so.
does. It does. But that doesn't mean it's
But it
like
also
this timeless
sucks.
thing
Like,
that
it
is
slaps,
just
but
going
it fucking
to echo
sucks.
for eternity.
Like Chingy is timeless. Chingy,
I don't even know what
just
that
that one
is.
album. What we doing and chilling at the Holiday Inn.
Oh,
Who
that,
you with
okay.
me, my people? So bring over your friend.
thought you
What
were
we gonna
saying
do? Sit
lyrics.
on each other and sip on some hen. No, dude, right there. Swing your hips and you know what I'm talking about?
I know who that is.
Yeah, Chingy. That
me
one
her,
album,
her.
fucking gold. And
One.
I'm pretty sure is still putting out music, and none of it was good. Again, Chingy, go
There
back
is
to
a weird thing of now where you used to have like a one hit wonder, and now you can literally have one hit albums.
and be fine still.
The whole
too, which
album
crazy.
is just
Dude, 'cause you think,
unbelievable.
Like,
And
they
then
just haven't been doing anything. And then you look it up,
No,
and
they
it's
have.
like, they put out 5
Yeah,
albums.
yeah.
they're on track.
That's what happened.
100. Yeah.
We were talking about Chingy one day, of course, in the shop again because that's
And you
where I work
start
and I spend a
looking
lot
it
of
up.
time there.
Uh-huh.
And it was like, yo, when did he like stop putting out music? I looked, I was like, that motherfucker put out an album last year. Like, what the fuck? He's had 20 records since that one album in the 2000s. Wow.
Or they switch genres, sorta.
oh, and Machine Gun Kelly because Eminem destroyed him.
Did that? He was like,
Snoop Lion.
Lion.
I knew exactly where he was going.
Nelly made a country album.
Hey, that album was great.
Country Grammar.
Country Grammar. But
Nelly
also,
rules.
I watched a funny ass video with Nelly. Dude, somebody goes, "Yo, Nelly, I wrote this song. Let me know what you think." And he started singing his own song back to him, and Nelly's just smiling the whole time. And he looks over at the guy. He goes, "This your guy?
Oh, damn.
This motherfucker's crazy."
Oh man, I don't know, but yeah, no, Tiny Towns definitely needs to go on tour. They should definitely go on tour.
They come up a lot on this
Terminal
podcast.
Nation, fucking like
They should take them on tour. Now that's the tour.
they did, like I don't know, that
Jeremy
band's been
Nana
around
and
for
Tiny Towns?
so long, but they've like put in so much work. And it's like, I don't know, a lot of bands in Arkansas, I started to say this earlier, I think I got sidetracked. A lot of bands will like, I feel like seclude themselves. They'll do shows here. They'll be popping the fuck off. And then like, they'll go do like a tour somewhere else.
Yeah.
And it won't be exactly what they want it to be.
So then they just
because it's
stay
your
here.
first. Yeah. So then
Right.
they just stay here or they just like stop.
It's a
You can't do that.
misconception of what a tour should be because
It's not supposed to be
you kind of
easy at
have
first.
these
It's work.
kaleidoscope eyes of, well, but the preconceived notion before
it's
you
gonna be
do
fun.
it,
It's gonna be
gonna
amazing,
of this
all that
thing.
stuff.
And, like, dude, if you break even, good luck.
Knock Loose
You know.
actually said recently, he was like, I used to, like the vocalist said he
And it
used to
doesn't get
hate
fun again until
touring Europe.
until you get the money. Because then now I can go do shit.
Right.
Now I'm on permanent
But
vacation.
even the bands that
and
have the money, like
Yeah.
the Knocked
But
Loose,
but
they
that
were
gets
like,
old.
"Yo, we used to hate when we were touring in Europe and stuff."
Right.
And then COVID took all that away. And this was recently. He came out and did an article. He was like, "Yeah, I fucking miss going on tour in like Europe and
Yep.
Japan and shit. I didn't actually enjoy that for what it was."
Right.
Like as a society, we live so much in like
was so moments to
moments.
moment.
Yeah.
And you don't realize, that's why I always say you don't
Instant
realize until it's
gratification.
gone because you're so used to that instantness of it. And
Mm-hmm.
even when it's bad, it's really good,
Not
but we
that
focus
bad,
on
yeah.
the bad.
Because
Yeah.
it's so different that I can
Yeah,
imagine
it's
every
every-
little thing you're used to doing normally in the States.
Right.
is stress.
Very different.
Yeah,
But also,
for sure.
even a bigger band, like you make it to a level where now I can go out and do stuff, and you do.
Yeah.
But then you've done it all. You listen to these like stand up comedians or these big ass musicians, like take like someone from like the biggest band ever, like fucking for funnies, let's take Fred Durst. You
Yeah.
think Fred Durst is going walking around? He doesn't give a fuck.
No.
He probably is because he's probably bored out of his
He's
mind.
probably walking around the festival grounds, but he ain't fucking going to the fucking Sears Tower to look over the thing. He doesn't give a shit about
No,
it.
he
He's
done
probably
did that before.
Yeah, he's done that 1,000
There's a
times.
lot of bands that don't.
Like when there's nothing
Like,
new
when
to
you're,
do.
like, up and coming, you're just focused
Yeah,
on the show.
they're just going and going and going.
So there's like these phases of like up and coming, and then there's what you just said, the bands who go out once and get a little jaded, and they're like, "Wow, this actually kind of sucks," so they just stick to home. Then there's bands like my band. It's like, well, I just like playing at home. Like
Yeah.
our band Shimfo, especially. I just want to play bars.
Yeah, no, for sure.
You know,
There's different goals for everybody.
Different goals, but like, and then there's you get to the level where you make it, and you're like, we all exploring again.
Mm-hmm.
We're having fun again. And then if you stay famous long enough, it's just another fucking day at the office. It becomes a job, and you're
Monotonous.
You have a tent. The only reason those bands don't stop, I'm convinced it's because they have too much people invested in them. They
Probably.
can't.
Well,
They
at that
literally
point, yeah,
can't.
You have like a crew of people. It's a
Dude,
friggin-
you know, and your guitar
Mm-hmm.
tech, when you're in a band, there is a family to it. Because, like, your guitar tech, if you've had the same guitar tech for 20 years, but you're done, he makes his whole living off of you, and he didn't get $1 million. He
Right.
gets, you know, he might make a good living, like maybe 60, 70,000 a year, maybe
Damn, I never thought of it
100,000.
like that.
But
Damn.
he's not getting the millions you get, even though he's doing more work than you ever did, but you didn't, he wasn't the creative one.
Right.
He's just on your back.
That's crazy.
And now you have a whole team of people on your back. Because at their level, they all got a publicist, not just the band.
Right.
You know, each one of them.
Yeah,
and,
that's
and they,
every single
yes,
one has their own
they all have a manager, they all have a tech, they all have,
Yep.
yes.
manager, like all that shit.
And they're all, and then they're all making different levels of income. And, you know, it's
That's
a whole
insane.
thing. Like every night.
It's a job.
It's a, oh, dude.
That's why they have managers, man. There's like, actual
you
jobs.
want to know how it really is? Go work at fucking Simmons Arena for like 4 shows.
Bro, hell no.
You'll see
Fuck
shit.
no.
It's chaos.
Yeah. I went and saw Earth, Wind, and Fire there.
Hell yeah.
Not because I wanted
That's
to.
what's up, dude.
Somebody else bought me a ticket. It was very cool.
Of course
Definitely
it
like
was.
something I could be like, yeah, I can knock this off my bucket list, but I did not belong there.
Some
oh my
people,
God.
I heard somebody say like their new goal is to see things they don't want to. And I was like, that's pretty
interesting.
cool, actually. Like musically speaking.
Yeah.
Like I just want to, like I could give a fuck about Taylor
Well,
Swift,
like, you
but
look at it, but you're like,
it's like you
There
wanna
are
go
certain
see
things
Taylor
that you can,
Swift.
like
That's
Elton
like-
John.
that's
I would
big
love to
for
see
a
Elton
reason.
John.
You know what I mean?
Well, I love Elton John. I
Yeah,
would go
I've
to
never
that
been like
just 'cause I'm
huge
a
into Elton
massive
John's
fan.
music,
Yeah.
but like
Oh, I have.
something like that, I would like just the show aspect of it, or even like Lady
Production.
Gaga or something. I like
Oh.
just to go and see the actual show that would
I've
be.
been thinking about that. I bet even on a smaller scale, like if you took that down to local shows, there's going to be something that a whole group of people you have no idea even exists are doing that you're like, yo, this is fucking just pretty legit. Like,
Yeah.
I agree, but there's also double the amount of that where they're just not doing shit.
That's true too. And you might be wasting some time or money, but again, if you go to enough shows, eventually you just become a regular and you're not really struggling to get into many shows anyway. So
No, and the only way, I don't know, you find out about like
more
everything by being there,
right?
By putting yourself like in the moment. Because like one of my clients was asking me the other day, I told him about the show tonight, the CU Space Cowboys show tonight, which I'm not gonna lie, I'm not going. I do not like that band.
I didn't even know it was a thing until today. So
I like some of the other bands. Lap is sick, they're a local band. Check them out if you haven't already. But like, I'm just not into CU Space Cowboys, so I'm not going. But one of my clients was talking about
where
like,
is that even? Is it
Venus?
Okay.
Yeah. One of my clients was talking about like, I don't remember who we were playing over the radio, but he was like, "Who is this?" And I looked and I was like, "Yeah, they're similar, like this, and this." And we started having a conversation about music. And then I was like, "Yeah, there's this show, whatever." And he was like, "Oh shit, how do you know about all these?" I was like, "Bro, I've been going to shows since like '08. So like my first show might have been like 2006, but." Yeah, you just go and you meet people, and then
you're in that weird generation of kids who went in the turn down. That's wild.
See, but I went my first show
you were like pre-it, so you got to watch it happen.
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah, wild.
But it was like my first show was at the Woodlawn Community Center.
Oh, the whole music scene here took a fucking.
Oh yes, I was definitely here from when it was like
the,
going crazy as shit, and then we had a fucking crazy downturn. That's what you're talking about when it just like died. Yeah, I feel like we've gone through lulls of that for like years.
Well, it just took. I have a theory about it. Like it skipped the whole generation.
Yeah,
because I came in, the old guys were leaving. Y'all came in, all of my guys were leaving, but there was no one after y'all.
Yeah.
So once y'all got to where y'all needed to be on stage, there was no new crowd. So y'all started playing in front of nobody. Literally, actually, fucking
we started to get a new crowd in like the late 2010s, but we were assholes and kind of made some of those people quit coming to shows.
100% you did. You made a lot of, even like people like me, I was like, I don't want to go because these kids are kind of fucking shitty.
I did that. I ain't gonna lie.
Well, but that's a fact. I think anybody your age now would look back and go, we sucked.
Yeah.
Like, we were shitty.
If you don't, you probably haven't done enough self-reflection.
Or maybe you're still shitty.
Yeah. For sure.
But like that whole thing, and it turned and it took a fucking spiral, and then it took everyone kind of going, y'all grew up, people like me stayed the same age or just went off and did whatever, and then there's enough people left to go, well, why don't we just do this together? And it's like, dude, it's like it really is become one of the most unique music scenes there is.
A lot of it started with that benefit show to like rebuild the stage, just because of how like multi-genre that was. It introduced a lot of people, which we were doing that. There were multi-genre shows in Little Rock way prior to that. I'm not going to act like that was the first one.
It hits different.
That big, like, we're all doing it for this one thing.
Yes.
It had a motive.
It had more of a a whole scene vibe than just like a hardcore show or a metal show or a rap show, whatever.
Than all of it, because it is the one place we can all go. It's like literally the one venue where it's like all things can be here.
Yeah, because shout out Fire Room, Gundis Garçons, Tan Terrible, Solo Jackson, all that from back in the day. Had the Termination shows on.
Yeah.
Like again, like the show to rebuild this literal thing was not like the first one, but like that, like a lot of Termination fans got introduced to Gold for Gold fans. Like, it was just like fans, back and forth.
Which
and
we have always had a weird fan base.
Yeah,
Our
and
fan
then we
base
had
is not a local scene fan base.
No, and then we had a whole fucking pandemic that shut everything down.
Like
and
right
then, like,
fucking after, dude.
It came back, and when it came back, it fucking came back.
We rebuilt the stage in February, March. The fucking planet shut off. Like,
insane.
Fuck.
Yeah, dude, it was insane. It was because of if this stage was still at Venus, COVID probably would never happen.
Yo, because it would have defeated it.
Yeah.
It would have sucked it all into its aura.
Exactly. That's why it was a little bouncy in this part, because it already had the
it's
COVID
just
in
filled
it.
with I locked in all the diseases.
Yo, what if? Never mind.
Actually, you can ask her. We built this in this garage.
That's crazy.
Like, I brought all the stuff. This has been sitting at my house since. I saved a handful of things because I knew like there's certain things that need to be done, and or like people who were involved who need a little slice of the pie,
right?
Like the little leftovers, because a lot of it, straight up, 98% of it went to the dump.
Yeah, I can imagine.
You know, it was
the shit was old as hell.
Dude, it was old. It was broken.
Everything had been spilt on it, dude.
I have a photo. Actually, skateboards and drumsticks.
That's crazy.
With screws just sticking out like Hellraiser's dick.
Damn.
It was insane. Dude, I have a photo of this piece. When we lifted it, everyone was wondering, what the fuck is under here?
Yeah.
Nothing.
Madness.
Nothing. It had all broke and it was all laying on the ground. This piece was literally sitting on the lip of 2x4s.
God damn.
There was nothing in the center holding it up. So every band jumping, every drummer beating ass, every guitar player. It is unbelievable that this fucking piece of wood never snapped right in half and just fucking absolutely took someone's leg off.
Dude, imagine how much urine's on that has been on this. Do you remember whenever
I've seen people take pisses on that stage for sure?
Rev Room,
especially when it was carpeted.
One of the Scream the Prayers, the Chariot.
Oh yeah,
One of them had
the Village.
No, this was at the Rev Room because War of Ages also played. James Geezy like fractured my arm that night while he was moshing. That shit hurt. But I think the vocalist of the Chariot was like his birthday or something, and the guitarist like looked at him and was like, "Yo, for your birthday, I'm pissing my pants," and then he just pissed his pants, and they started playing.
Love that.
I was like, bro, what the fuck?
I definitely was there for that.
Yeah.
That show was incredible. I remember which one you're talking about now. But Chariot played that a few times. So
yes, yeah. Because they were obviously one of the like big ass bands of that genre.
Yeah,
Christian metalcore
we opened
days.
up that at the Village. Scream the Prayer.
That year, I want to say the front line opened.
The front line, and then us.
I can't remember who else.
Was it Minus War, and then also Haste the Day was the headliner for that one.
I think so.
Yeah,
Haste the Day
that was
cool.
the Haste the Day that no one really gave a shit. It was literally no original members were in the band.
I saw them at the Village.
Different drummer, different everybody. Oh, dude, I saw them a million times. One of their guitar players used to date somebody here, so they were here like once a month.
Damn.
Actually. Like, it was crazy. You used
really
to just be able to, just wait, you'll get them next week, something, whatever. They very much could have been considered a local Arkansas act at one point.
That's tight. Yeah, I hope shows keep like this momentum in the trajectory. Everybody that's like booking shows is doing crazy right now.
I think we might be peaking as far as like we need to maybe scale back in the amount of fucking shows, because that is unbelievable. But they're all doing well, so I can't say maybe I'm wrong, but it seems
we have a ton of like new bands that are fucking like doing
new
a
bands,
lot of
and
shit.
there's a lot, dude. Every show, I'm telling you, since this year, really, especially since the summer started, every show I've gone to personally, one phrase I've heard at every show is, "My God, there's so many people I've never seen at this show." From multiple people.
Morbid Visions played that one show at the hall. It was like the Metal Showcase or something.
The Showcase show. Yeah.
I didn't go to it, but I know like Sergey, he was there, and a lot of like the younger kids that are going to shows now were at that show, and Morbid Visions shouted out one of their shows. I think this is what happened. Don't quote me on that. But yeah, they were like, we got another show at Vino's, blah, blah, blah. So all the kids that were there started going to Vino's, and I think their next show was like a Morbid Visions Termination show. So they got introduced to like the fucking,
Yeah, if you have kids and you bring them to an underground show, they are, I've never seen a kid not be like,
my kids want me to bring them.
My friend's daughter, who's, she's one of these, she's going to have cats in a library when she gets older, for sure. And she's just like, dude, she loves it.
Yeah.
You take her to a concert now, dude, she's like fucking enthralled by it. And if she came to one of my shows and just loves every second of it.
If I had my two sons, because since they're 10 and 11, for the cover show, I would have brought them to that. I am a wild man at shows and sometimes, so like, I couldn't be myself and watch my children at the same time. I'm like, a lot of my anxiety comes from having kids. I will not lie. They stress me the absolute shit out.
Well, you get worried about them, I'm sure? Like, worried about their well-being?
Yes, just like all the time. But that's actually gotten better with the medication, but whatever.
I was going to say, how does that work? Okay, you have kids. So how does that work? Because like me and you, we were latchkey kids. Mm-hmm. Our parents probably had those same thoughts, but couldn't act like, I can't come home. I got to work.
Which like, there are times that like, I don't know.
Because like I was alone.
My kids are old enough that like
at a age where you would not leave a kid now alone. Like period.
Yeah.
You were probably the same way. Mm-hmm. Like I'm just at home for hours and hours.
I was taking care of myself from the age of like 8 until my mom like got home.
Absolutely, yeah, for sure. Like cooking and everything. You better have the damn house.
Fry some ramen, dog.
They would give you chores just so you would be busy.
Yep. Yeah. Which like I don't know. I honestly do feel like I would trust my kids to be alone for like some hours in the house by themselves and not destroy each other or the house or anything. Not all my kids, because the 2.5-year-old, that no.
Well, I mean, 2.5, that's insane. Yeah, that's young.
The 11-year-old and 10-year-old, I could probably leave them there for like half a day and they'd be good. But at the same time, like every minute that I'm like if I run to the store real quick and they're just like, yo, I kind of want to stay home and like play a video game. All right, cool. I'll be gone 20 minutes max.
Right.
If I do that. And then I'm like, as soon as I leave, I'm like, yo.
Did you say the oldest one's 15?
He's 11. Oh, God.
11. I feel like that's about right though, right?
Yeah,
Like
so old.
that's kind of that age where you start kind of like giving them that little bit of responsibility, even if it's in 20
They both
minute
have
increments.
phones.
Okay, well,
Their mom
yeah.
got them phones when they
Yeah, of
were
course.
10, so
I don't know a kid that doesn't have a phone.
I don't hate it because it makes it
Reachability.
yes,
Yeah.
for them. I don't have to go through somebody else
Do y'all
to
have
get to them now.
the parental settings where like they can't just be looking up
I
whatever?
think she does.
Okay,
It's on like her plan and stuff.
sure.
So I just
Here's 20
she can
bucks.
deal with it. Yeah. I know. My middle son Isaac wants to go to a Termination show because I show them like all the music that I
They
listen
had one
to.
last night. Should drove to Fayetteville.
I know. I wanted to.
Or 2 nights ago, whatever.
I wanted to, but God, man. So like the Crash Cast show, the medicine I started taking, like not long after I take it, I'd be wanting to fall asleep. So I had
really?
to take my medicine later that night. I actually had 2 small anxiety attacks during that show where I had to like walk outside and get some cold air
the
just because
cover show?
just because the amount of people that was there. So
That one is still fucking with people.
Yeah.
I've heard a few people say
I'm
that.
going to Banging in the Rock. I've had my tickets for forever, but if like I go Friday night and my anxiety acts up really bad, I might not go Saturday.
Yeah, I
we'll
feel
see.
that.
Just because like again, I got to take better care of myself.
Right. You do. And
But,
noticing
yeah.
that is going to help you too. But plus,
sure.
like my wife had to take a break. Same reason. We were coming out of the pandemic and just large crowds. Dude, she was like hyperventilating. I
Yeah.
was like, what the fuck? Like we've been going to concerts our whole fucking really.
Yep.
But she took a small break, just literally just to self care. Now she goes shows it. She doesn't quite mingle like she used to, but she'll sit there the whole time and chill and have a good time.
I bounce around so much at shows.
Yeah.
Just because like we've been going for so long that even if it's just like 5 or 6 people that have been going to shows for like an extended period of time,
Yep.
like there was a small group, like we said, that started going to shows after us. We kind of ran most of them off, but like the group that stayed around, really cool kids.
Like
a
your
lot
honesty.
of them. Yeah. I mean, shit, I'll admit to it.
It was really
jerk,
like that.
move
Yeah.
shit. Yeah. Tough guy shit in the music scenes really is not cool. And that shit's lame. So stop doing it.
Young kids, man, you just don't know any different. Well, there was no one around
Yeah.
to show y'all anything different either, though.
Right,
That's
but
what I'm
like-
saying. Y'all came in and there was no one left.
Yeah. Well, it's like when I came in, everything was like really intense.
Yeah.
And it was like, I don't know. A lot of us kept like an old school like mentality of like, okay, well, when I first started going to shows, I kind of got beat up in the pit a little bit until I was like finally accepted or like whatever.
Right.
So that's what we should do. No, that's lame. Don't do that. Like, mosh all you want, like whatever.
Do whatever
but
you want,
yeah,
makes you happy,
just
man.
don't be a dick.
Yeah, just don't be a dick. It's
Yeah.
super simple. That's kind of just
It's a
life,
lot better now, though.
Really.
Just because
Oh,
like
yeah,
all
it's
of us have been doing it for like so long, and then the small group that did stick around, and some of them are even
I
like
feel like
starting
there's a
bands
world
now.
where there's 3 different phases now. Like there's still a couple of me's left. There's all of y'all, a lot of y'all left,
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
and there's a
which is
whole
weird. We're
new
so old.
crop that is growing
Just now starting, yes.
at a quick rate too, which is fucking awesome to see. But it makes me feel old as shit. But like
Yeah.
it's growing unbelievable.
Like that Kill Order band, I would say most of the dudes in Kill Order,
Is
like-
that a new one? That's a new one, right?
yeah,
Like I just
they have
started
like
seeing
one
their name.
single out. I
Okay.
think they played a couple shows. One at Oz Up House. It was supposed to be pretty good. I wanted to go to that, but my daughter was sick that night, couldn't go. But I think most of them like started coming to shows after I did, like some years after I did.
Yeah.
But like there's a small group of dudes that stuck around from that time who have also like grown up, matured like in the music scene, learned a lot, and like I don't know, we're all just kind of grown now.
Yeah.
And just want to like be able to kick it and have
It's
a good
weird how
time.
it changes, right?
Yeah,
that
we're
angsty teenager shit goes away pretty quick. And
Yeah,
then
it does.
you're just like, oh,
hopefully. For
this
some people it
can
doesn't,
be
but-
actually good if we just stop being fucking dumb.
Yeah.
You know,
Damn.
like let's just be chill and like it's fine. Like there's always going to be an issue. It's never going to be 100% because that's not the way the world
Yeah,
works.
yeah,
that's
that's
just
not how
not
humans work.
possible. But we can try our damn hardest to make
Right.
it as good as we can most of the time.
For sure.
And I feel like we've been kicking ass at that.
Yeah. Which has been a long ass journey. Like that Bring the Scene Together page or whatever. I don't remember how long ago that shit was started. But like
Yeah.
several of the people that started it aren't even like actually like doing shit on there anymore. But like there's
Right.
always been in Little Rock like an idea of we need like more
we're so
solidarity
small,
and to
we need
bring more
solidarity.
shit. And it's like really, really picking up now.
It's kicking off almost
really is.
to a point to where like it's interesting to see when other bands come through. If you don't have a local on your show, good luck.
Yeah.
Like, that's wild.
Yep.
How many local music scenes in a city that's not necessarily small anymore? Like
Right.
Little Rock, For all intents
we're
and purposes,
big, but we're still like
it's
small
big
grand
little.
scheme. Yeah.
It's big little now. Like we used to be little.
Yeah.
But now we're moving into big territory. I mean, 300,000 fucking people
Yep.
live in the central area. That's not a small number anymore, you know? So like it's getting to a place where soon I feel like it will be just one of those other, like, you know, just like in Texas, when you go to a venue, it's just full because by proxy. Just there's 6 million people live here. They got to go do something.
That's kind of how it always felt to like downtown music. Shout out to Samantha for all those good memories. Yeah, like I would be there like 2 or 3 times a week.
Before. Yeah.
I would be driving an hour there, hour back, and I was
all
there like
y'all.
2 or 3. Yeah,
All y'all kids.
The Southeast Arkansas crew, dude. He drove even further from Star City a lot of times,
Dude,
dude.
I miss being young.
Yeah,
Like, I
dude,
always
I drove
go,
from Monticello at one point too. I forgot about that.
we
Yeah,
played
dude.
Monticello at a fucking museum once.
Yeah.
That shit was tight as fuck.
I
in
used
an
to
old
drive because I
basketball
was dating a
court.
chick that like went to school at UAM, so I lived in the apartments like in front of it with her, and I used
Isn't
to
it
drive from
funny?
Monticello to go to
Dude,
shows.
that's so funny how fucking far as a young kid you'll go for some experience. And now it's like, it's Sunday.
I don't even want to drive 10 minutes down the
It's
road.
Sunday, bro.
Yeah.
Like I just want to stay at home. That is wild because man, we used to go to Nashville, Dallas, Springfield, Missouri all the fucking time.
There was a
just because our
venue-
friends were playing. Let's all drive 7 hours.
Trying to remember, there was like
$300.
a hole in the wall venue somewhere up in like Atkins
Sure.
that Justin Cole's band Medic Red used to play.
Wait, was it that fucking hippie holler hangout place?
Maybe, but I remember driving from like Monticello up to there just because like I knew Justin like
It was like a
pretty well
shed, like a big
day.
shed.
Yeah,
That's what it was. Dude,
Dude.
fucking that place. That's where I had that beaver at.
yeah, dude.
They fed us
I used to
beaver
drive-
burgers and they didn't say nothing.
I used to drive everywhere for shows, like when I was just
That's
younger.
wild,
I
bro.
can't do it as much now, just because, like, yeah, I don't know, like,
Well, family changes everything.
Yeah.
Dude. It does.
which like my wife's very
And that's
understanding.
fine.
If there's something that I actually like legitimately want to do, or if I want to go like support one of my friends, she's like, yeah, no, like go support
Well,
them.
that's rock
Her
star
family
shit.
grew up like owning small businesses and
Okay,
stuff, so
so
like
they
they've always
understand.
been big on like support your friends and support other shit. So
That's awesome.
yeah, she's very understanding of that.
That's great. Mine is too, but we don't have kids though. So see,
Yeah,
like,
dude,
that's why my buddy
I
was
love
at my
my
house the
children.
other night. David, he was
that
in
take
the,
up so much time.
he was in the band I was in, the first band I was ever in. He was the bass player, and we were hanging out. And he's like, "Well, I got to go home. You know, got family and kids and stuff." I was like, "That is weird." He's like, he said it in a weird way. He was like, "I love hanging out," and I'm like, "Oh yeah," because like when you leave, me and my wife, we're still just hanging out.
Yeah, dude,
We don't have other responsibilities other than just being here. You
Yeah.
know? Like that's wild.
having kids is so much work. Like when I get home from work, it's like really still work until like my daughter goes to bed. Once she goes to
Absolutely.
bed,
Is
even
that
if I have
the
my
younger
sons,
one?
yeah, she
Yeah.
goes to bed like 8, so it's really not that bad. We've always had her on a really good routine. If you have babies, schedules and routines, dude, that's like the best way to fix everything. Bedtimes, all that shit. Like a schedule is very important to like the development of babies and just getting a routine down.
Sure.
But
That's your one of me.
Yeah.
Fucking dude, I've hated authority since I was
yeah,
born.
she's
Not a fan
definitely
of
at a very testy age, but like even if she doesn't want to go to bed at 8 o'clock, it's like, hey, it's time to go to bed. She's like, no. If we pick her up and just hug her, she's like, all right, cool, I'm
right.
ready to go to bed.
Snuggles did the
just because
trick.
she's like on a schedule. But like
Yeah.
my sons are old enough now where like at 8 o'clock I can be like, hey, yo, I'm gonna go outside on the back porch or go in the garage and do some shit for a little bit. And they're like, all right, we're either gonna stay up here and play video games or read or come down there with you, like whatever.
Right.
So like after a certain time, I actually get like me time now, but it's like this much a day.
But also even hang time at a certain age, I feel like your kids just become tiny little adults and you're
They
kinda
do.
like you kind of like let shit slip a little more than
Yeah,
you used to.
for sure.
Like, I have to think like when
Bedtimes
your
get
kids are
extended.
15, 16, you're like, I mean, you know, just make your mom happy.
Yeah, basically, I'm kind of ready for that. Oh my god.
Yeah, just kind of, you know, just don't be a dick, dude.
Yeah.
You know, it's good enough. Like my dad, he was the same way. He was like, yeah, just who cares? Just don't be an asshole. It's fine.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you just gotta teach them like the right actual lessons. Like
be
there's
home at a
good
reasonable
values
hour,
and shit
like,
that
you know,
like
yeah.
I feel like I was not really taught. I feel like people try to like drill stuff into me.
Well, you were forced, which makes
Yes,
you rebel,
which makes
which
you
is
not-
like
yes.
the opposite. Like,
Yes. I'm not gonna lie.
the
I spanked
simple
my
act
kid
of-
one time, my oldest son,
Sure.
one time. And I never spanked him again. I was,
Felt
as I said
terrible,
earlier, I was
yeah.
beaten.
Yeah.
Beaten, dude, like a lot. Backhanded, everything. But like It was. I wouldn't even call it a spanking. He laughed while I was getting on to him.
Spankings and shit.
Laughed while I was getting on to him, and I was like, "Ooh, you little shit!" No, so I like grabbed him and I just popped him one time on the butt. He cried. I cried with him. I explained to him like, "Yo, I do not like this.
My
Like,
friend, that same shit happened.
Please just listen to me. When I'm trying to like
I remember
tell
when
you
he had
stuff."
to discipline his kid. He came home. His kid did some real fucked up shit at school. It was pretty bad.
Yeah.
And he had to, he had to do the dad discipline.
Yeah, it's not fun,
bro.
man.
He came back to work and he was crying. I
Yeah.
was like, fuck.
'Cause that shit sucks.
Like, well, we shifted as people, bro.
Yeah.
Like, because we both came from spanked, like
get
spankings
fucked
were,
up, yeah.
dude. The teachers used to beat that ass.
I know,
with
dude.
wooden
Oh my
paddles.
God.
Like, they didn't give a fuck.
Had holes drilled in them and everything.
Absolutely. Shout out to Mr. Scarlett. Like, that dude whooped me so fucking hard.
My principal had fucking muscles. He was jacked. It was scary.
Ours was an old lady and she had a ping pong paddle. I used to
Man.
laugh.
Fuck. Yeah, I remember that. But no, like, I don't know. Everybody just tries to like. As I said earlier, we're winging it with these kids.
Yeah.
But
With
it's
these
all just like,
I think everyone
I
is,
don't know.
dude.
I feel like, I hope that like even the previous generations all wanted to do better for their kids than was
That just
done for
couldn't.
them.
Yeah.
And hopefully maybe one day
But
that
life
cycle
was so
will pick
fucking
up.
tough at some point. I feel like when life started getting easier, we started getting a little bit more like, because my dad had it rough, but not as bad as his dad had it.
Yeah.
And definitely not as bad as his dad.
It's always
had
a
it,
story.
Like everyone's has the same story, and then we had it better.
Yeah.
And now our kids, man,
Got it easy. But even
crowning
then, it's
their
like,
fucking,
dude, they
my whole
don't.
world's over. You took away my gaming
See,
console.
I feel like our generation doesn't really look at it as much as the way that our parents did. Because like these
Right.
kids nowadays, what the dude, the shit they're having to fucking deal with.
oh, it's insane.
Oh my
It's not
god!
the same world.
Yeah,
They
like,
were born in a different
we
world.
dealt with it. Like
Yeah.
Columbine happened when we were like fucking kids or
Oh,
teenagers. But like that shit
my
is
friend's
all the
cousin-
time now.
We were in school. My friend's cousin got pulled out of school. His cousin was murdered in Columbine.
Yeah, dude. Like that's
and it was that shit used to rock the nation.
Yeah.
and now it's like a normal thing.
yeah, I
it's
feel like
fucking wild.
I had to quit paying attention because like a couple of years ago I was really paying attention to the news. Obviously, I feel
Right,
like we
right.
all were. And at
don't
one
think you
point,
had a
it was
choice.
just
You were
getting me
stuck
fucking
in-
down,
yeah,
dude.
Of course.
Like every day was something,
gotta
and
choose.
I'm very empathetic,
Yeah.
which is why I didn't take care of myself for like a long time because I was always
Focusing
trying to
on
like
other people
yeah
and shit.
and being an empath and shit, which that stuff's whatever. That's who I am. But man, I had to like quit looking at shit because dude,
It's a lot of people these days. A lot of people are. But we get so
Yeah.
much information. It's too much information, right?
Right.
It's a fucking. It's unbelievable.
we used to do like one drill a year at school.
Scroll through one feed of it. It's all.
Yeah.
I'm all anything. Instagram, Facebook, Twitter.
It's everywhere.
One scroll and you're like, God damn.
Yep.
Just fucking Jesus
Dude, I
Christ.
made a new Facebook several times, but I made a new one like some years ago just to like.
I've kind of
actually I got post blocked on Facebook, so I wanted to keep posting, so I made a new one. But I filtered the new one to where it's like only people that I actually know and fuck with. I'm not gonna follow any news pages. I'm only
need
gonna follow
someone to
like
show me how to
bands
do that,
and
bro.
basketball. I just made a new one and I just went through and actually liked stuff that I genuinely liked, not
Right.
stuff that I was seeing before.
Because my algorithm's fucked.
I did it with my Instagram too. I have a
think I'm
Barber
gonna delete my
Instagram, and then I have
Facebook
like my
completely.
personal Instagram,
Yeah,
and
Instagram's.
I need to use my Barber one more just for like actual business.
absolutely.
But I stay on my personal one so much because it's like my feed is curated to actually like me.
Bro, I have to feel like that social media game, the clips and shit for barbering has to be through the roof.
Yeah, it can be.
Like doing a little, where you swivel around and it's
Yeah.
a different haircut. You get the shit side, and then you do one of these, and boom, and then it's like plays the.
it's
hip-hop
just we're
beat.
so damn busy. Like I stay so busy that like I
almost-
have to stop myself and be like, hey, take a picture or
Right.
take a video.
post this, do
Yeah.
this actually,
And it's like it's not even like everybody.
Well, the modern
again,
world is you have your job, and then you have the content creator job.
Yeah.
because everybody's
For everybody.
a content creator, right?
Yep.
Everyone. My fucking aunt is a fucking she doesn't do shit.
Right.
But she is a content creator,
Yep.
whether she knows it or not, because she's posting every fucking day. It seems easier when you don't give a fuck about the quality, but
Right.
you're out here wanting to post like, I worked hard on this fucking head.
Yeah.
Like, I need this shit to look and pop and be like what I see scrolling.
Right.
Hard on this head.
Yeah. Well, yeah. That's oh, did I say that wrong? What do y'all
You said
call
it
them?
just right.
Just bodies.
You said it perfect.
I don't even try. Like we'll be at work and somebody be like, "Yo, dude, I really appreciate you. This is like you guys did them so good." And I'm like, "Yeah, we try." And I'm like, "We really don't though." Like
Got
I
some-
don't know. I just cut hair.
Got some weird.
No, we do not try. And if we do try, we probably fuck up.
What? All right, dude. How long have we been going? Probably a
Long
while. I need to know. I need to know the wildest shit so far. 2 years you've been doing this. What's the wildest thing that ever walked in the door and y'all all were like, "What the fuck?" Because y'all work in like a downtown area, y'all have had to seen like someone take a shit on the sidewalk.
3 times.
3 times?
I have 3 different stories.
Okay.
One's in barber school, 2 are at the shop. I'm in barber school. This lady walks in for some reason and asks for an A-line bob, not a barber haircut, cosmetologist haircut. I didn't know what the fuck that was. So she goes to like pull up her phone to show me pictures of her hair. And the first picture she showed me was from like chest up, but it was like a bra. And like that was it. And like, I'm like, all right, okay. It's hard to pay attention to your hair when that's what you're showing me. And then she swiped and it was like a full body, like
Nude?
just underwear.
Oh,
I was like,
underwear,
what the hell? Like she's standing there and I can kind of see the hair, but it's like, okay, lady, I guess. So like I did what I could. And then
That
my
woman
instructor
was
came over.
hunting.
Yeah, she was. My
was hunting.
instructor came over and fucked her hair up. And then she turned around and like cried and shit. I told her she made a mistake by coming to a barber college. I was like, there's a
That's what you get from
salon
being cheap.
right down the road. Yeah, this is a $6 haircut. What do you expect? But I don't know, crazy shit that's happened
I had
at the
that
barbershop.
shit happen to me, dude. I went to measure a woman's floor. She came in the day before and was fucked up on some shit.
Uh-oh.
And I went to her house that morning because she's like 8 a.m. I was like, fuck, all right. Dude, answered the door. She had a shirt on, no bottoms.
Hell yeah. Tight.
Nothing. Naked as a jaybird. I was like, hey, I'm here to measure the floor. She goes, oh, I forgot you were coming. Fuck. Why did you answer the fucking door?
Right. Why'd you answer
Psycho?
like that?
Yeah, it was wild.
Do y'all remember the shadow vision guy that was all over like Facebook, Instagram?
Oh, the fucking superhero? Yeah.
We were like the first ones to actually like see him and record him. Like we're just sitting outside. I think I still have the
Yo, did he
video on
die?
my phone.
Straight up, he had to
No,
die,
he
right?
got that fucking car from whoever, and he just like dipped and quit doing that shit. He was just scamming everybody trying to get some shit.
Yeah, the like community like bought him a car.
Oh, get the fuck
Yeah.
out of here. And he just fucking bounced on
I
his
have
whole
not
I'm
seen
a
him
superhero
since.
shit.
I have not seen him since.
Well, he was going to go to jail for murder, right?
Oh,
Like,
I
he
guess.
was walking
That's what-
around
okay.
with swords.
Bro, okay, so
It's like he
check
was
it.
going to get a murder charge.
Yes, we cut a lot of cops in the barbershop just because the police station used to be like right
Sure.
there, and it kind of still is. So we were like asking them because I was like, "Yo, this dude is walking down the street with like katanas on his back, like the Batman gauntlets on his fucking arms. He's got the Donatello
He's
little
not doing
things.
anything illegal.
No,
No.
but like
He's not breaking any laws. You can't
where
do
he's
anything.
walking. Like people are gonna see you and be like, "Yo, what the fuck is your problem? You should go." Because he was walking like
By default, he's
down
gonna,
Pike and shit, dude.
he's going to cause trouble. Yeah,
Yes.
Yeah. By
and,
default.
And I was like, when he first started popping up was like not long after the George Floyd protests were really going on.
That's right.
So in my head, I was like,
forgot all about
yeah,
this
because we used to
guy,
we used to
bro.
see him walk past the shop, and like we never really interacted with him. But then we were outside one day, and he like walks right past us, and we got a video. I was like, bro, this motherfucker is really out here like dressed like this. But I was like, okay, cool. Shit's actually kind of popping off in the city right now where there's
that's
like
wild,
stuff
bro.
going on. This motherfucker's gonna just walk up on like a protest one day.
And do something stupid.
Yeah, and I was like, something bad's gonna happen.
Yeah.
And like, why is nobody telling this man? Like, Arkansas is an open carry state, so you can open carry a fucking gun if you want. But
Certainly
like,
a katana.
yeah. So
know?
like, I don't know. I was never
That's a
cool with
wild
it.
one.
I used to talk mad shit in the shop.
Well,
and
if
some
you
of the
go
guys would get
looking for
irritated at
trouble,
me.
you'll find trouble. That's the problem with
Right.
trouble. If you're looking for it, it will find you.
But we also like we found this dude's
It's like you're not really
actual
crime fighting, then, are you?
We knew what he looked like, and
With the
like,
guy? Oh,
yeah,
you got it like who he actually was?
Yeah.
Okay.
because
And then he got a free car and fucking bounced.
Yeah, like ever since he got that free car, I've not seen that man at all. I haven't even seen the car. He had a sidekick and everything.
Wait.
I swear to
not
God.
the phone, right?
No, not the phone, a person.
I was thinking like the fucking...
a fucking person. He had a little sidekick. It was weird as shit.
That's some,
I don't remember what his
that's
name
some
was.
straight dork kick-ass shit. I was just fixing to say,
There was
watch Kick-Ass.
there was a
minutes
show
ago.
that was happening, like a mutants show or something, and they were supposed to be like doing a little like appearance or something at it. I don't remember what it was,
appearance.
but in my head I was like, why the fuck
Little Rock's own superhero.
are we inviting these goddamn superheroes with
Somebody
katanas
just
to
walks
a
up
metal
and
show,
shoots him in
bro?
the fucking head. Because, you brought a knife to a gunfight.
Yeah, I'm so glad that guy's gone,
Yeah,
or
that's
at least
probably for
that
the
he quit
best.
pretending to be a
Yeah, yeah,
superhero.
yeah.
Because I was legitimately
He probably
afraid he's
went-
going to hurt somebody or hurt himself at some
Well,
point.
he probably got something nice. He probably didn't have much nice and then went, oh, shit.
No,
I
he
don't
def
wanna
was
die.
a 40-something-year-old dude in his
I
like
don't-
mom's basement. 100%
Yeah,
he
like, I don't
was.
want to die. I have this nice car now. Like, oh, shit, what am I doing?
Yep.
Yeah.
Gross.
What's the third thing? That's
Third,
wild. I forgot all about that
I
fucking
forgot
guy.
there was a third one. I don't know, nothing like too crazy.
I always feel like there's going to be somebody come in. Like I saw a video yesterday of a barbershop. It's wild that we did this today. Last night, everyone's doom scrolling. And a barbershop, and a guy that had just murdered someone ran in to hide from the police and was in their bathroom, just chilling.
Okay. I might have more stories then. We during like the summertime, we used to have like there's the front door when you walk in, and then like the exit to the bathroom. There's another like back door that we take our trash out and shit through, and there's the apartments back there. So we used to leave like all the doors kind of open just to get some airflow going through there, because the air in the shop only hits like one side of the barbershop, not the other. So the other side gets like 4 to 5 degrees, like noticeably warmer. So we used to have the doors open, and like one day, like it was either the cops just ran in the front door, and they were like, "Yo, where's that dude?" We were like, "What the fuck you talking about?" And then like this lady in scrubs comes running from out the back, and she's like, somebody just like robbed the like pharmacy, or it might have been the vet's office, I don't remember. She was in scrubs. She was like, somebody just like robbed so and so, and they ran in here and like tried to slam the door on me. Where'd they go? And we're like, bro, like in here? Like, we didn't see that. Where the fuck? He was hiding in like the broom closet or something. They thought he was in the ceiling.
Go in there.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
It was like a bunch of cops like ran through the shop, because the police station was right there, so they just like ran across the street, and they like wild. They thought that he was hiding in the bathroom, like in the ceiling and shit. So they had broke a tile. They didn't pick it up either.
Had a whole
assholes.
ass criminal in there and never even noticed. Didn't even hear.
He was only in there for like 5 minutes maybe.
Sure.
But yeah, they got his ass. Another time a homeless dude like walked through the back, and then like he came through and was asking us for like money.
Yeah.
And it was like, bro, just leave, man. And then he started asking our clients for money, so we were like, hey, the fuck out of here,
That's
man.
a wild one. That's
yeah.
bold.
He was like, y'all some motherfucking bitches not trying to give me no money. He left.
It wasn't the dude in the wheelchair, was it?
No.
That guy's wild, man. The one with no leg.
Yeah, dude. So over there, like Argenta's a nice ass area, but at the same time, like right across that little bridge on the other side of Main Street, it's a little night, and you'll see some sketchy characters walking around for sure. I have a buddy coming from Chicago who was like, "Yo, I'm gonna come get a haircut," but he already got a haircut in Chicago, which is fine by me. He wants to come hang out at the shop. I was like, "Yeah, do it." And then he talked about getting a piercing. I was like, "Bro, Black Cobra is like right down the road. It's like maybe a fucking 10-minute walk at this point." And he was like, "Oh, I could walk down there." I was like, I don't know if you want to do that. Like, you can. It'll be daytime. You can probably do it at night, too, and be fine. But, like, I don't know if you want to. If you're feeling froggy, sure, but...
Well, he's from Chicago. He's probably used to it.
He's...
Or is he from
maybe.
the suburbs?
I think he might be from, like, Arkansas and just lives in Chicago now.
Okay.
But I don't even know if it's, like, the hood part of Chicago.
Chi-town.
I don't know if he's in Chirac or not.
Okay.
He's not on O Block or Tukaville.
3 hours?
I got knowledge.
Are you serious? No way we just crushed 3 hours.
Yeah.
For real?
He said I could talk for, like, 5 hours, so...
Yo, that's insane. I feel like you just said an hour 47 like 20 minutes ago. I was thinking, all right, we're coming up on 2 hours. That was an hour? Holy fuck. All right, you want to end it? We probably should. Yo, thanks for coming, dude.
Yeah, dog. That was fun.
Absolutely. It's fun as shit. And you didn't even think we were going to talk that long.
I ain't even talk that much shit either. I don't think.
You did good.
Uh-oh.
No, you didn't talk much, bro. You good. All right, everybody. Thank you for listening.